Come on in, come on in, and come on in. How's everyone doing? Wealthiest risings. Wealthiest rising. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Okay, so they're backwards. Alright, so this is the tickety talk. TikTok. And you must be Facebook. Okay, no, don't do that. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So don't do that. Go live. You go live. And then you go live. And then that means we'll have everybody live and ready to go. All right. So everybody, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Period. How's everyone doing? Thank you guys for being here. This is going to be a message for the collective. Collective, my messages are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. If you're new to my platform, welcome. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I forgot my water, but, we just gonna make it on past here. Everyone come on in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Wealthiest risings, blessings, blessings, blessings to everyone. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Please hit that like button. Give me a comment, a share, and a follow if I bless your soul today. If I hit anything that resonates as far as this conversation is concerned, okay? I'm trying to get into the creator funds, so like, comment, and share would definitely help my channels. So everyone come on in, please, and thank you. I appreciate everyone for showing up. I think everybody was on a mission today because it seemed like it was a lot of activity and a lot of people seemed like they may have been running late and everything else. Same scenario. I can kind of gauge where everybody is at or what's happening based off of when I leave out of my neighborhood in the morning and I see like how people are, what they doing, whether or not it's like a mad dash or rush, or if it's like very relaxed and, all general. So today it just seemed like it was a lot of calamity, a lot of clamoring happening. So with that being said, we're going to start with Al-Fatiha like we always do on a daily basis. I actually reset everything, so if you have not done that, reset your devices. It was very important for me to get it done, make sure I did it, and I did. So I had to, kind of reboot everything in the process of, coming here, and which was fine, and great because it's like giving everything a fresh start. And I wanted to make sure that we had that. So that was one thing. Secondly, there is love on the brain, right? Or change and love on the brain. This is maybe a connection that could have been something that you dealt with before. So just know that. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful, all praises for Allah, Lord of all worlds, the most compassionate, most merciful, master of the day of judgment. You alone we worship, you alone we ask for help. Guide us along the straight path, the path of those you have blessed, not those you are displeased with or who are astray. Then we're going to go into Psalms 91. Psalms 91 is popping up right now. Again, Bismillah, that's the start. Blessings, everyone. Thank you for being here. Come on in, please, and thank you. Wealthiest rising, rich risings. Definitely a change in the air, okay? So know that. All right, we got Psalms 91. Psalms 91 says, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I love my camera setup right now. Like, it's like on the rise. Um, Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say the Lord is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely he will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rapport. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say the Lord is my refuge and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against the stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. I mean, all right, so something on the table, it's like a jealous spirit, right? Mind you, people do not know the things that you have to go through, the things that you have been through, or even what you're involved in. People may look at you and think like, oh, this person gets things easier, oh, this person don't have it hard, or oh, and you may look at yourself and you may think that you have things, equally as hard as anybody else, but mind you, just know that wherever you are at this moment in time, a person will change positions with you at the drop of a dime. Just know that. All right. Um, where you are is not where you will always be. That's the thing. It's like the wheel of fortune. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Um, and again, it's about attitude, an attitude of gratitude and being thankful, right, for everything that you have, and just for what you are, probably you know as a whole, coming into you as a person, right? um and again, people may not see that, people may not know everything that you had to deal with or you had to go through in order to become, because that's the vibe that is given, like becoming who you are as a person, as an entity, as a being, right? um and again, I reset everything in order to make sure that it wasn't going to be any issues. But either way, message is also on my phone too, because yesterday we had an issue with whatever this was. And really, we kind of don't really need it. But what I need it for all intents purposes is making sure that I can see everybody, where they are, and talk to whoever we talking to, which also I can do here. But the thing is I don't really like doing it from there. I actually like doing it from, what is here. So everyone, welcome. Thank you for being here. Wealthiest risings, blessings, blessings, and more blessings. Um, so I happen to see, because while we waiting for all intents purposes, um, Jason Derulo. Jason Derulo's house is freaking off the charts. Um, And he said, I don't know if it's his real house or if it's his streaming house or whatever. I think it's his real house because he said it was his house. Anyway, long story short, beautiful, beautiful house, right? And depending upon who you are, it may be something that you could want, right? But not everybody wants that. Um, and it has nothing to do with really anything other than everybody where they are and what they think is success, because somebody may say like, oh, you got this and so you have achieved the greatest success, right? Mind you, it may not even matter to the person. So some people, again, they'll have something, and it could be the most amazing thing to somebody else, and it could be nothing to somebody else in particular, because it's not what they achieve to be involved in. Because for me, what I see is this, and not to say anything, but he had a fish tank in the floor, right? From what I've seen. And he said it takes somebody has to come every 2 days to service this tank. Beautiful tank, beautiful fish, beautiful, setup, right? I wouldn't want it. Like, somebody may look at that and be jealous of the fact, oh, he got a fish in the floor. I wouldn't want it. And the reason why is this: more money, more problems. And not even about the money, but the more stuff you have, the more stuff that you got to maintain. People don't realize that's more work. And whether or not there's somebody that is also actively doing it for you, like he could have a house manager and shit, right? But who's watching the house manager? So somebody could be managing this, but then there's somebody that has to even pay attention to that. And again, it's all based off of what somebody else may want, because that's what he wants. That's his house. That's what he got. Um, I'm not really interested, and that's the thing. Success is measured by what you deem it is to be successful. Somebody else looking at it, like me, aka, to me it's work. The more things you ask God for, or the more like you kind of extend yourself, is more work. And then all of a sudden people will be like not even enjoying the things that they actually have, because can you enjoy that much stuff? And a person may actively be able to. And we don't know, because I ain't saying nothing. I'm saying it's a beautiful house, its whole setup, everything is great. Somebody may be jealous of it and want it, and somebody, that may be the thing that they wish to achieve. And then somebody else will look at it and say, I don't care. And then there's this thing. There's a guy, I don't know if y'all seen him yet. He wrecked his Bugatti. And come to find out, Bugatti tried to do all these restrictions and everything for him not to fix it. Try to blacklist them and everything else. And then come to find out, Bugatti was using, I think they said, Aston Martin parts and Audi parts, I think they were saying. Like, they tried to, because they didn't want nobody to start taking shit apart. Meanwhile, so it looks like for a name, a person is paying an extended amount of money. But if them billionaires knew that that's what it was, maybe they would buy it, but maybe not. Because you're getting the same thing. It's like somebody that says that they like cereal. We can go for the mildest thing, right? The most minimal thing. They like cereal, and they don't want to buy name brand. They only buy name brand cereal or brand products. And then you go to the factory, and then you realize that the factory actually absolutely makes all of the same brands. It's just the packaging that is different, right? All right. So how would you feel to know that you spent $10 on some cereal, and then only to find out that you could have paid $2. The packaging might have been a little different, a little generic, but mind you, it was the same shit. Would it lessen the value based off of the fact that once you find out, or would it increase the value? Would it lessen the value of the name brand, or would it increase the value of the off brand? Because to me, what it would do would increase the value of the off brand, because like I was only paying $2 for the same shit that you was paying, $10,000 for. Mind you, it has nothing to do with, the amount of happiness and joy that I'm gonna have saving fucking $8 and you pay 10. Mind you, I could now buy four more, and you only are able to buy one. And throughout life, that's the way things are. It is like, of course you can absolutely do what you want to do with your money. But I don't like the cause where other people start spending money for you. And when I say other people, I mean like the labels, the brands. They're technically spending your money for you because they know that there are some people out here that basically will want something because it's out of somebody else's reach. So good for y'all. Or they think it's out of somebody's reach, but meanwhile we got the same shit. So there's that. Mind y'all, guess what I just did? So over here, I had a gang of people over here, right? And every day I make sure that my channel is just the people who are subscribed. And I kid you not that I literally went and programmed it like I always do. and everybody disappeared. So it must have been a whole lot of people watching my channel that are not subscribed. Subscribe to your girl. I promise you it'll be worth it. All right. Anyway, so our message today being, and everybody can answer this question. Matter of fact, I'll go put it in the chat. Oh, matter of fact, let me see. It says our message today says two souls, two worlds, one love, can it last? Will I stop staying where I'm not fully chosen? That is the test. That is the lesson that's on the table right now, because there are a lot of people who will absolutely continue to come to messages or want a message on a daily basis based off of either somebody that don't want them or somewhere that they wish to be where they are not. And then they miss happiness based off of wanting something or trying to be something that, you know, society deems to be important, but meanwhile, it doesn't fulfill your soul, your spirit, your heart, right? So this is the question for everybody. Um, Let me go put it over here. It's loading. Because I want to say it right. It's about a fish and a bird, right? If a fish and a bird fall in love, where will they live? And I could not be saying it properly, but give me a second. And this ain't about fishing and birds, like the birds and the bees ain't about, you know, the birds and the bees or people. So take it how it resonates for you. But I do also have a message for all of y'all signs and whatnot too, just so y'all know specifically after we get done. So this message might take a whole lot today, but hopefully it's interactive because of the fact that I told y'all yesterday I've been seeing a lot of, back and forth between men and women. The arguments. Women are despising men right now and men are despising women. But a real woman that's being a woman is to be loved and cherished, and a real man that is a real man and doing real man things is to be loved and cherished. But on this timeline, for some reason, there's a lot of men who think that they're real, but they're not. They're trying to fit themselves or their shoes into something that don't really even fit them, and then they having conversations that don't even really pertain to them. And so everybody wants to think that they are, top of the line and this, that, and the third. But for the most part, I would beg to differ, but I ain't judging. So everybody do with that information what they will. All right. So we finally got to our page and, here we are. So the message is a bird and a fish fell in love. Where will they live? All right. So somebody tell me. Sigil, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. How have you been? Where will they live? So let me put this question. I'm gonna pose this question to y'all over here, and I'm gonna put it in a it can do a Q&A in the question. So if y'all can. Anyway, so long story short, I'm gonna start with some affirmations, but this is the topic that's on hand. A bird and a fish fell in love. Where will they live? All right. Why? Because these are two very different creatures. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I haven't seen you in a while. I love when your name pops up. Okay, so first and foremost, where we at? Let me see. Cause I gave y'all affirmations today, lots of them. All right, so first affirmation. I attract love that allows me to be fully myself. I attract love that allows me to be fully myself. It's not letting me do a Q&A over here. I do not have to shrink to be loved. I do not have to shrink to be loved. I choose connections that support my growth, not suppress it. I release what confuses my peace. I trust that love without alignment is not my destiny. I am allowed to outgrow relationships that no longer fit my spirit. And we're going to talk about some karmic energy as well, because sometimes people don't realize they end up in relationships and they're not truly fulfilled in the relationship and their heart is being pulled somewhere else. And then you got this energy that knows that you're being pulled somewhere else, but the person is giving you so much attention, or it's like a loyalty. You don't want to hurt this person because of whatever. And sometimes we have to remember that we're people and we're here to experience. Don't allow nobody to block your destiny, your blessing, your peace, your happiness based off of you being loyal to a person. Mind you, you don't realize people have ulterior motives. Okay, as to why they're doing what they're doing. Because some people will know that you belong somewhere else. Some people will feel that you're being pulled somewhere else. But mind you, then they'll start to try to, it's like a love bombing thing. And I'm sure we done all been there. Like, we don't want to lose the person that we love, right? So who would want to do that? So then you step up your game. Like, okay, well, if I do this, then they'll choose me. They'll stay with me. Meanwhile, but why would you want to be with somebody knowing that their heart is somewhere else? Because again, the question at hand is, a bird and a fish fall in love. Where will they meet? Mind you, these are two things that are from two different worlds, right? Two souls, two worlds, so different things, right? All right, so I trust that love without alignment is not my destiny. I am allowed to outgrow relationships that no longer fit my spirit. I am allowed to outgrow relationships that no longer fit my spirit. I give love freely, but I also honor my own needs. I give love freely, but I also honor my own needs. Um Sugar says, LOL girl, I've been trying to live in this crazy world. It's like the Matrix is all over the place and everyone is moving weird. You better say that again. That is 110% facts. But mind you, we're going through this cycle again. And I don't want to scare nobody, but I pay attention and I notice, right? And if you haven't gone through this cycle, and if you have daughters or anything like that, protect your daughters. And if they're older, there's not really much you can do, but also protect your sons, because on the flip side, this could happen, vice versa. Don't matter, right? There's a cycle that happens where people end up in relationships with people, and their full entire goal is to take them off of this system, off of the map, out of the matrix, like she just said, right? And you don't want to believe that a person will ever try to hurt you, but you have to remember that this is the assignment of the enemy: kill, steal, destroy. And so I know multiple incidences, me also included. So I've been there, to a person trying to do something to you that absolutely will kill you, right? And so people don't want to think that the person that they love or that they claim to love will hurt them. This is their assignment. They were sent in for that reason. And again, love is a great thing, but
What can a bunch of incarcerated men who murdered their wives tell us about the biggest lethality indicators in relationships? It turns out we're getting everything wrong. So, researchers have been doing something that most people don't know about. They've been going into prisons and interviewing the men who killed their partners, asking them how it happened, what they did, and how they kept anyone from stopping it. So, a 2025 study interviewed 68 men across 9 countries. There were 97 interviews. Every one of them had murdered his female partner. The researchers were looking for patterns. They were looking at what these men did in real time in the months and years before the killing, and 7 tactics showed up over and over. One, they isolated her from her people, her friends and family. 2, they gaslit her about her own reality. 3, they restricted her ability to work. 4, they vilified her to anyone outside the relationship, her friends, her family, her therapist, his friends. 5, they built alliances with other men who would back his story. 6, they controlled her body, what she ate, how she dressed, whether she could leave the house. And 7, they controlled her access to healthcare.
Now, a lot of y'all can hear in some of these things where some stuff that may have happened to you, right? Because as she was going down the line, the list, and some people will say it is like control, right? Like, oh, I just love this person. I'm so passionate about this person. Oh, I want to make you a better person. And as I'm listening to her, I'm like, mind you, don't just think I'm talking about men because women have done this too. Mind you, this is only 69. They only had 69 men. Think about all the women, and I don't know what was up with my timeline yesterday, but literally it kept showing it over and over and over again. Like this is the cycle. So something, y'all, it's like a switch. And to me, it's like the programming. Whatever the frequency sends out and who picks it up is one of the issues. I'm a living testament, seeming like the last couple were definitely sent to destroy everything. And this is what I'm getting at. Like it's whatever the cycle is. And y'all know Geneva syndrome or whatever it is that they said where somebody, whatever the frequency is, y'all, nobody's not going to tell me that that's the frequency that's being put out because I can see the cycle. Like it happens. So another lady's talking yesterday and she said the man ended up going to jail. She said that the man literally told her he beat her in front of the kids and told her either he was going to jail or to hell that day. Mind you, it's like something snaps and it's not the same person. Mind you, we will be having dreams about these people before it happens. We will be having people telling us, like, I'm afraid for you, this, that, and the third. The situation that's happening with that young lady that just, in Tanzania. Like all of these things, something is being put into the system because it becomes a reoccurring cycle and then it starts to happen all at once. It's just like the cycle that happened when, if I don't know if y'all remember, but at one point in time there was a lot of teenagers that were, exiting from the system simulation at their own hands. Whatever frequency these people are testing, I'm telling y'all, it has to be that because literally it starts to be a whole ball of the same scenarios over and over and over again. Mind you, again, yes, Miss Kelly. She said so.
So think about that list. How many of those involved any physical acts or them hitting her? 0. These are the documented tactics that men used in the months and years before they murdered their partners. And every single one of them is nonviolent. Every single one of them, from the outside, sounds like a bad relationship and not a deadly one. A different researcher, David Adams, did his own set of prison interviews, men in the US who killed their wives. And he asked them what kind of men they thought they were. The most common type that emerged is what he called possessively jealous. Not impulsive, not mentally ill, not they just snapped, possessive.
And a
These
lot of
men
people, a
believed.
lot of people look at that and they'll it's like endearment, like it's love. Like they love me so much that they just want to protect me and make sure that I'm okay away from the world. But mind you, a lot of us spot the signs before the red signs. I mean the red flags beforehand. And then everybody will say, well, why didn't you pay attention to the red flags? And this is where I'm always saying to people, when God tell you to run, run. And that was one of the things, like, I heard even during the glitch, God told me to get away from somebody. And most of the time people really don't pay attention, because you love these people. You love these people so much and you're like, I don't want to, wealthiest risings, Abby Grace, I love you, thank you for being here. You don't want to break up the relationship because it may not be as bad as what, it may not be this person beating on you. It may just be the sign that something is telling you. You start having nightmares, you start having dreams, you start having signs and signals that, your gut is saying it don't feel right. It's like the Nino Brown of it all. Remember, he said, you used to be the prom queen, now you the prom fiend. But a lot of people don't realize, like, some of these drug addictions and things of that nature, if you go back and look, who did that? Some people be mad at your spirit, and it be sleeping with the enemy the whole entire time. And you can be genuinely wanting to love somebody, but these people want to keep you, like, humble you. And I keep hearing that about even Meg, when everybody's like, and I said it myself the other day, it seemed like the way he did it is almost like he wanted to humble her. It's like somebody gets an assignment to come in to try to now bring you down a couple pegs because you done got too much above yourself. And you ain't never too much. You're just too much for that. You could be too much for the wrong person. You're never too much for the right person. And sometimes, again, we just be thinking, like, the people love us. Here we go. Two souls, two worlds, one love. Can it last? Well, I stopped staying where I'm not fully chosen, but this is about a love connection that is supposed to be. But somebody intercepts. Something comes in. Because when the right thing is on the way, so is the wrong thing. And a lot of times we fall for the wrong thing because they know what to do. Or we get tired. Or we get bored.
She was theirs, in their own words. So the killers told us what to look for. The patterns are documented. The early warnings are there. And in the next video, I'll show you the filter that catches every single one of these tactics at the sentence level in real time before the murder is the first incident.
So that is Control Code Book. So if y'all want to finish out, listening to her series or whatever that is, but there's a real science behind it, okay? So anyway, a bird and a fish fell in love. Where would they live? Do y'all got any, two people from two different worlds? Do y'all have any suggestions what you would give to a person that falls in love with somebody else? Mind you, this person is here, this person is there, but it almost seems like they can never either get it right. Mind you, they could have never even met because they keep being intercepted by whatever. Abby said, I would guess at the beach. A bird can visit the sky, the fish can guide the waters, and together they meet at the shoreline, the place where the ocean kisses the land. Some love stories aren't about choosing one world or the other, they're about creating a new one together. So then I'm like, well, yeah, in the meanwhile, but that would now create a havoc for me because I'm a fish, right? And for all intents purposes, I'm a free energy, a free spirit. Now suppose the air sign shows up, right? Because we can base it off of that. Mind you, this is the thing, and I want y'all to kind of understand something about, like, astrology and things of this nature. The biggest lie they ever told, and it's a reason to hold this person's spirit down, conditioning. So Christians teach astrology is bad. Meanwhile, not realizing that the world is upside down and it's a lot of corruption that happened even in religion. The people that corrupted religion is using something against them that basically is keeping them pigeonholed. So you have the world being 200 400,000 years old. Mind you, our ancestors used astrology, developed astrology, were the reason why. So then they put in the mind of religion 10,000 years old. So the religion, the Christians say, or any religion, because Jews, the Torah, the Kabbalah, all of it, they put in there 10,000. So 10,000 years for religion, right? All right. 200,000 for people. So they put in there that and not all of them is not in there, but for all intents purposes, we just going to use the majority. Not to use astrology, but long story short, the people that corrupted it, are using astrology because it was here before them, right? And so then they told the other people not to use it because they don't want you to advance. But mind you, in old civilizations, they could tell down to the T who you were going to get married to. They would know that this person is going to be connected to this person. So right now in 2026, there are people who are actively studying astrology and realizing that astrology is a whole lot more important than what people really understand, right? And they're using it, and people coming up missing for shit like this. Just so y'all know, this is how real this is. People coming up missing, right? So, um, a bird and a fish could represent a Pisces and a the air signs, right? The Aquarius. Who's the air signs? Aquarius, Gemini. Um, what's the other air sign? Because mind you, I got astrology down here at the bottom. Some horoscope shit for y'all too. So you fall in love with this person. This person is clear across the sky, but technically you ain't never met this person. It is your energy knows that this other energy exists because this energy was already designed to be here at this point in time for you to be here along with this, right? All right. And then people don't realize how much their energy is pulling. I think Libra is the other one. Okay. Okay. So she says Libra. Okay, yep. Sigil says the same thing. She and Miss Kelly said on the horizon. All right. So this is the thing. In life, and thank God we have the internet. So for everything that the world is, the internet is now bringing people closer to each other than they ever could have been. Because this person, you could have been, being pulled to a certain country or this and a third, but for all intents purposes, how many people just pick up and go to this country? Some people do, some people don't. Um, a certain energy just keeps pulling right at you. And for anybody that's happening to, this is also a thing to, if it's not going to happen, tuck it away and call on the energy, God. You know what I'm saying? Call on God. Okay, so we always just gonna call on God. um it's commonly shared as a metaphor about two people who love each other but come from very different worlds, lifestyles, values, or circumstances. It's often attributed um, to various writers. Thought many attributes are uncertain or misquoted. So, can love overcome incompatibility? So it could be somebody that, how they say opposites attract. Can love overcome incompatibility? Because I was asking about, have they ever heard this before? Have you ever heard this before? Right? And so that's what it was telling me, that it comes from an old metaphor or something or another. But I seen it yesterday on something else. And so I answered, well, I was looking at the answers. And so I'm answering, for myself. Right. And then it goes into, is chemistry enough without shared ground? Like, can chemistry just be the thing? Chemistry is only going to last you, and chemistry is going to be a karmic thing. It's going to be something that's going to teach you a lesson, because this is the thing. I've had chemistry with somebody before, but couldn't live with that person. Like, real life always got in the way. So if we was doing fun shit, then that would be the thing. There was never ever really any real building, and this is how I feel like you will be able to tell about these types of people. If chemistry is like you being pulled to this person, it is physical, it is on the surface, it's a surface level. So there will be no real growth there. It'll just look good. Y'all may get some clothes together, y'all may get some, cars, because cars ain't really shit. You can buy, anybody can get a car. Clothes, cars, jewelry. um but building generational wealth ain't in that. It just seems like that's a thing. Like, and then you'll probably be arguing over, basic shit, because once the person really starts to build or know that, you got to be homemaking in here. And then when kids come in, kids be the main key that shows you, like, I don't really like this bitch. But mind you, now you already got the kids. Mind you, most dudes in chemistry always is the thing where we get real comfortable and then this bitch get, fat. And I don't really like, that, or he get fat, or he get bald, or he loses money. It be that type of shit. And then you start to see somebody's real feelings come out. And now you thinking you didn't invested time, money, energy, and everything else into this person. And you thought it was gonna be something, but nope, God was trying to tell you the whole entire time. Mind you, some people just, they be thinking, oh well, after I have kids, I'm gonna still be looking like da 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 and be like this, a box. So do with that information what you will. Then all of a sudden, the nigga out chasing somebody else. This is also the thing. Like everybody, and I love the fact that some dudes was talking to Megan and they said they apologized to her for Clay and this, that, and the third. But either way, it's one of those things because I love Megan and Megan can't do no wrong for me and to me or in my eyes. And plus the fact that she don't have family makes me want to also kind of coddle her a little bit more. But on top of that, if she can get cheated on, Beyonce can get cheated on, Holly Berry can get cheated on. Bitches is just out here getting cheated on. But mind you, it's because of the wrong connection with the wrong people. It's always based off of, it looks good together. And so somebody may look at that and be like, damn, they look good. But I can almost promise you that for everything that looks good and vice versa, even on the niggas, whatever it was necessary and needed, because one of the dudes was like, I think Cameron said it. He said back in, the 80s or the 90s, he said every man loved Holly Berry, but she kept getting left. Well, maybe it was the choosing. Who she who she's allowed to choose her or who she's choosing could be the thing. And most people, oh, we look good together. Meanwhile, ain't no building. It's chemistry, but that's it. That's all we got. We look good together. Ain't nothing else. Can two different lives create something new together? So when them kids come in, is when the shit starts shaking because they be creating shit and then kids fuck up everything. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like every relationship so far that like you be loving the fact that we created this thing together and that's beautiful. Like, but now we gotta take care of this thing together. And now the fun that we used to have, like when we used to be able to go to the club, we can't do that. Because something happens with moms that say, I gotta be a mother, I gotta be nurturing, I gotta protect my baby. And then the man don't understand that, now the baby need to eat and I can't have my titty in your mouth until later, right? You know what I'm saying? And where we used to be fucking all over the place and everything else, we can't do that now. And then it starts to create havoc. And whether or not nobody want to tell you or not, I can tell you the truth because shit, that's just a fact. And now he's being resentful because she can't give me no ass when I want to, and then this nigga start doing something with somebody else. And now I'm the bitch that think that, oh, I was the one that, came in and I took him from da 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 da, and now you become another just regular ass bitch. So if y'all don't know, that's the cycle, okay? So don't let nobody tell you you special in this, cause bitch, you only special until some real life shit happens. And then your ass become the same as the rest of the bitches. And vice versa with the niggas. When your money run out, get somebody else to do it. Unless it's somebody that can build with you. Unless somebody that's really there for you. And a bitch will say, no, I'm not gonna run if you get broke. Guess what? The real testament is, nigga, you gotta be broke first. Cause a bitch can tell you anything. You're not gonna find out if she a keeper until you actually broke. And I don't mean like semi broke. I mean broke. I mean broke to the point where it's gonna take her money to get us up out of here. It's gonna take her selling her shit to get you up out of there. And guess what? I done did that too. And guess what happens? They still cheat on you after they get out. And then, and mind you, I done had a nigga that ain't have shit. Gave him all my shit, right? Put the nigga in good standings. And then all of a sudden they get real arrogant and they forgot. Nigga, that was my shit. That was my money. That was me. That was my energy. And then now you're out here thinking that, another bitch could do it. And then I snatch all my shit back. And then the nigga end up broke again. And broke in now. Because bitch, fuck you. So again, we have to realize that all of these are lessons. These are like karmic situations. And it ain't gonna be lip service of, oh well, I'll still be there when you're handicapped. The only testament of that is, bitch, you're gonna have to get handicapped. I'll be there if you go to jail. I tell a nigga quick, I'm not gonna be there when you go to jail. Cause I don't even want to lie to you. And I could still be there when you go to jail. You see what I'm saying? But mind you, I'm probably already telling you not to do whatever you're gonna do that's gonna get you in jail. So I tell you right from the gate, I ain't gonna be there. I don't do jail. And guess what? So far, I ain't never had to do jail. Niggas be staying out because they want to keep this pussy to themselves. They don't want to have to go to jail because they ain't gonna take that risk. See what I'm saying? She said nothing changes with people like that. It all. Niggas would tell you like, if you get sick, I'm gonna be there for you. Only way to find out is if you get sick. Haven't y'all heard multiple stories of a person saying, as soon as I got sick, then they left? And then other people will say, well, I don't want you to feel like you got sick and then I left, but I gotta leave. You see what I'm saying? They held you up this whole entire time, wasted all your good years or not, and now you over here. A bird and a fish symbolizes two beings with different natures, lifestyles, or circumstances. They may not naturally live in the same environment. Saying they live in each other's hearts means, because I said they will live in each other's hearts. That's about it. That's about all. Because I'm a fish. How the fuck I'm gonna be with a bird? And I ain't saying I can't be with a bird. This is the thing. The love only works if I can go be a fish and I can swim freely, and then we meet at the beach, like she said, like Abby and Miss Kelly said, and they don't have me to worry about because a bird gotta fly. And I don't want a bird being restricted from flying. So it's like friendship. Have you ever been with a friend, had a friend that no matter what happens, y'all don't have to see each other on a daily basis. Y'all can go months, years, weeks, and then as soon as y'all get together, it's like nothing ever happened. Nothing ever changed. Y'all go right into kiki, ha ha, because that's my homie. That's my friend. And for all intents purposes, it being a relationship don't necessarily mean like we don't see each other every day. Like I get to go, be fishy, and this person get to go flying, right? And then at nighttime we meet, here, but it's not restricting, because if you have to restrict a person from being what they are, they're gonna resent you. Opposites do attract. Opposites do fall in love. But how do you make it work? Do you force that person to become what you want them to become? That ain't love. And vice versa. And this is why we have to realize, like, a lot of the conditioning, us growing up, like a lot of us don't really know how to be in relationships. And that's point blank, period. Because they think that possession is cute. Meanwhile, I'm a fish. I gotta go over here. I gotta swim. I gotta go get out in the ocean. I gotta be able to grow, because you know what happens if you put a fish in a small fish tank? They don't grow past a certain point. You know what happens if you clip a bird's wings? They don't fly. And if you love a person, you want them to fly. You want them to excel. You want them to evolve. So then I asked, could they really ever live together? Because, like, how could a bird and a fish, like, I know how we could get attracted to each other. Like, I'm attracted to, wings. I'm attracted to the freedom, though. That's the thing. We're attracted to the freedom in each other. The bird is attracted to the freedom of the fish, that it could just swim from here to there and everywhere. Mind you, they can actually go in the same direction, because a bird can fly the same place that the fish is swimming. So it doesn't even mean that you cannot be together. The bird actually can help the fish scout out the location of where we get ready to go next. She said, I hate when the, hold on, let me come over here. She said, dun, 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 dun. I hate when the excuse is I was young and dumb, but years later it's the same crap. And that's a fact. But mind you, it's because not knowing yourself. And honestly, again, I done all the same shit, y'all, but it's now 5 years later of me now actually actively dealing with myself. And I promise you, it was the best thing that I could have ever done because I have learned so much more about me and about relationships and even paying attention. And sometimes just the even right questions to ask because it's nice wanting to be with a person, but now it's like, how does this work? How does the dynamics of a bird and a fish work? Can they ever really love each other? The answer that they gave me was yes, but only if they create a new way of living that honors both natures. The bird and fish metaphor asks whether love alone is enough when two beings are built for different environments. In real life, that could mean different lifestyles, values, cultures, goals, communication styles, or even emotional needs. Communication is one of the biggest things. There are studies that they have done even about, people, but I'm gonna say men for all intents purposes because they was talking about men, and what they said was sometimes they can't express their actual feelings. Like, you know how women can talk, women can articulate, what they said is I know some men can, but a lot of them kind of they rather talk to their homeboys, but meanwhile you're not in a relationship with your homeboys. The issue may particularly not be your homeboys, but also the issue particularly could be that you was never supposed to be in that relationship anyway to begin with. You just like the fat ass. And then we have to be mindful of who you have sex with. But in life, they told you to be a conqueror. They never told you that spiritually you were going to have issues behind the conquering. If you go sticking your dick in this, that, and the third, you're going to have, it's situations that could be happening in your life and it ain't got nothing to do with you. It's coming from this lady being on you, riding you to sleep, sucking you to sleep, and now your saliva or her whatever then intervened in your body and your semen that did this thing, and now you are displaying habits that ain't even yours. They don't tell young women, because I never got told that if you go and lay down with a nigga, that his semen is going to be in your body and your semen could now be creating havoc for your future kids. Like we didn't get told that. We just knew that don't get pregnant. It's so much more than just don't get pregnant. So now you got to be mindful of who you actively lay down with, because you could be out here acting a damn fool because this is in your body. Mind you, your body could be rejecting this nigga in ways to where now your body is doing a thing and you don't even know why your body's doing that. You're creating and for all intents purposes, this is cancerous energies in your body. And I know medical, so just know that. But go look it up for yourself. It's a lot of stuff that happens when you doing this with just any and everybody. And meanwhile, then you got celebrities out here just talking about, oh, just get on prep because, oh, clearly that means, are y'all not using condoms and things of that nature? Y'all just actively around here laying down with people and fuck any type of disease or anything that you could be getting, STDs and, spiritually transmitted diseases and sexually transmitted diseases. Y'all just out here, just happy go lucky, just intercoursing it up. I don't like that for y'all. Like that's kind of strange, but now even more so spiritually, I definitely don't like that for y'all. Sugar says mic drop period. Nothing changes with people like that. That's so true. And Miss Kelly said to be free. Sigil says, I hate when the excuse is, oh yeah, young and dumb. I seen that. Miss Kelly said commonalities, common communication is key, period. Miss Kelly, definitely. I feel like no matter what in any relationship, there's always one person who feels like they gave they have the upper hand one way or another, and that's the worst. Why my ex used to say that, right? And let me tell you, this the thing, because you shouldn't be together anyway. You shouldn't be together anyway. Like I'm telling you, when you end up by yourself and you start to really analyze like the behaviors of and the things that people, do, You would stop being with people. Like, to me, like, even now, it's probably harder for me because it's weird that I can hear a person talk to me. Like, dudes be trying to talk to me all the time. And it could be one word that they say that I pick up on, and now I ain't fucking with you. Because I'm not against, being in a relationship with nobody out here. I'm against being in a relationship with the wrong person. And so sometimes it's a thing, like, and I can tell. And so I gets going real quick. You get blocked. Cause bitch, what the hell? I ain't with it. 1:11 a.m. period. Um, so they can meet in the middle. So yes, these things do exist. So they can meet in the middle instead of forcing one person to abandon themselves. Respect differences rather than treating them as flaws. Build shared ground, the shoreline. That's what Abby said. Abby, I told you, you and Miss Kelly, everybody that be here, y'all really, we be connecting because y'all be knowing what I'm going to say before we even get to it. And y'all were right. So communication, honestly, is about needs and limits. Miss Kelly just said that. So y'all be already ahead. Adapt willingly without resentment. That's the other thing. Like, just because we come from different lands, because my man may be in a foreign land, right? And now I'm beyond um the borders. You see what I'm saying? Of certain things, especially when it comes to different lands now, right? Because I'm learning who my people really are, right? And I want to be with my people. And so as I'm learning who my people are, it now opens up a little bit of my borders to say, okay, yeah, I can interact with these types of people, and I know that it will be blessed by God because, and still it don't even just matter because we still got to make sure it's gonna be blessed by God in the realms of, but my borders don't open up, right? Because these are all my people, right? And so it is being able to know that even if this person has this culture, we can be this culture and this. Like, and I could actively learn this person's culture and not, hate it or be mad at it. You see what I'm saying? Mike, good morning. Love you. Thank you for being here. She said, LOL, that's true. It's like you can smell the bullshit. Girl, you ain't never lied. I'm trying to tell you. Have enough compatibility where it matters most. Trust, care, value. If not, then love may be real, but not sustainable. So it's like what the girl said. She said, um, if somebody don't buy you something for Valentine's Day, she said a person call you every day, they're very mindful, this, that, and third, and they don't buy you something for Valentine's Day, delete, block them. And I said you should block yourself because that's stupid ass advice. If somebody is mindful about you, but they don't celebrate a holiday that you probably shouldn't be celebrating anyway, and that's what your standard was, um, you don't seem like nobody should be in a relationship with you, and you honestly shouldn't be giving out no advice to nobody because that's weird. You gonna fuck up somebody's relationship and based off of the fact that you're telling these people you're on a platform and you're out here telling these people to leave somebody that is mindful about them, cares about them, is intentional about them because they don't get a gift for Valentine's Day. You're a stupid ass bitch. And I don't like that for you. But anyway, anybody that listens is, that it'd be like the girls that be saying, leave him, leave him. We said the beach. Oh, you talking to Mike. So why are you telling me to leave my nigga? Meanwhile, your nigga does absolutely nothing for you. Don't care about you, don't call you, is not mindful, don't think about you. But meanwhile, you want me to leave my nigga. You ain't even got a nigga. I seen a lady on here talking about I can teach you how to be a wife, and I ain't no wife. Like, bitch, you can't teach nobody nothing. All you can teach somebody to do is talk. That's it. How's a bitch that ain't been a wife gonna teach you how to be a wife? It ain't gonna happen, sis. I don't give a damn how good you talk. Anybody with some common sense would know better. Ain't no way. Like, I can tell you how to be a wife. I can tell you how to get some niggas. I done had 3 marriages. I can't tell you how to be in a long standing. Well, I can tell you that too, but it ain't gonna be for forever. I can almost guarantee you that. Cause I ain't been in none for forever. I done been in some for like, 16, 13, 7, 8, 5, 4, 5, 6 years. My longest I think 13, 16, somewhere around there. I can tell you that. I can tell you how not to waste your time. But what I can't tell you is how, did not get the same energy, because these niggas all be having the same energy to the tune of, I even went to God and said, God, clearly I don't know, so can you choose this time? So now I ain't even like all that, I'm gonna leave me out of it. We just gonna put God in it. But God know me, so clearly, hopefully God give me some all the things that I like and more. Because God normally gives me better than what I even expect or what I think for myself. And so this is one of the things where does time matter? No, time don't matter. You wanna know how God taught me that? You know this nigga for 30 something years, still fucked your ass over. You know this nigga for 3 days, treated you a whole lot better. So even that, God even trained me on time. So I can't even say, oh, I can't meet a nigga this week and we be married next week. Nigga, we can get married today if God say so. If we do all the right things, we can get married today. And I'm not gonna say, oh well, I don't know you that long, this, that, and the third, because can I ever know you? Common sense is rare these days, and that's a fact. And people just love people that be out here talking. If you could talk good and you can convince a bitch, like you can convince somebody to take their whole entire fucking life, and then they be out here. Well, they said this, and I believe them. Like you have to have a mind of your own, fam, twin. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, a relationship built for both, not just one. Patience and adaptation. That's a big thing. Like, and that's another thing. Like, how could you love somebody and not have patience for them? Like, if somebody is there, like, it's like me learning something, right? I didn't know how to do something, but a person was patient with me to teach me. And it's weird because, like, for all the things that I know, right? Um, I don't learn like most people, right? So for me, it's either so a guy was showing today how to do percentages, right? And what he said was like 9% of 600, right? And so he was saying that you would have to put 6 times. That would be the percentage. You add it up and go from there, right? I can get that. I can grasp that, right? But sometimes it could be a conversation that somebody could be having, excuse me, and trying to get me to learn something, and my brain does it the opposite way or it does it in a different way. And so somebody might need to be patient with that. Sometimes I go a little too fast because I know me. I like why we gotta stick with the as soon as you tell me what the problem is, I get to the solution. So that is one of my things, but I know this about me. And so somebody teaching me, okay, well, you can't do it this fast. You have to do it, this like I be singing people's songs and I be thinking they be singing it too damn slow. Like speed this shit the fuck up. Mind you, words be off, but shit. I just said it before they did, because why are you saying it that slow? It could be a flaw, or it could just be the way it should fucking be anyway, or that's just the way I am. But somebody having patience to know, like, I gotta teach her in a different way. And then sometimes if you're teaching me something, like I can't go at this pace. I need you to like, you know what I'm saying? You remember Fame. I'm gonna live forever. And the lady was like she like speed this shit the fuck up. Like I don't even really go through like on social media. I can't because it's like if you get talking too slow and or it's too long and it's not holding my attention, this shit got to go because listen, I'm off to the next. I can learn 10 things at one time. And I know that about me. Mind you, I can actively listen to this, and this. And I know other people can't do that. And somebody may say, oh, well, she a little ADHD or she got a problem. Don't diagnose me with nothing, please and thank you. That's just it. I know how to do it and I can actually do it right. And mind you, I work better that way. It's not my fault that you don't know how to do that. But it's also not my fault that, you're going to go slower. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It is, this is the way this person is and this is the way this person is. And can we work together? And for the most part, I've been around people that okay, she didn't get it. And mind you, it could be slow before I get it. Like I said the other day when I said I need somebody to teach me music, right? Please and thank you. It's a gift. And it is. And so until I get the person that's going to be able to teach me music right, it may be slow. But soon as I pick it up, we gonna speed this process the fuck up, because I don't want to rush nobody being able to teach me or show me nothing, but don't also rush me into learning it and anything else. Have patience. And if you can work with a person like that, then you can work with a person like that. They live wherever both feel free, safe, and valued. So it don't mean that it has to be a specific thing. And a lot of things that we have, I told you, we already been in the algorithm since when we woke up. From the time you got pushed out the puss, you've been on the algorithm. I love how you can I love how you can bring gems back from your sleep. I do love that. Period. You see what I'm saying? Like, God be training me in my sleep. And half the time, I'll be listening to shit. I don't even know what these people said. That's the other part. Like, if you watch, because I be streaming, right? When I'm asleep. If you listen to if you actively go to my stream and you listen to what I be listening to, I don't know what the fuck them people said. I don't know nothing that them people said. I have to actively go back and play it again during the day. All I know is what God was programming me with as it was going. And I could be listening to whatever they saying, not even realize that I done absorbed it, but all I hear is what God tell me. Mind you, this is another thing about me. I can listen to songs, and for some reason, I hear another song underneath of the song. So I'll start singing whatever I hear under the song. And then people be like, what the fuck are you singing? Whatever's underneath of that, because it's something else underneath of that. And it's the weirdest thing about me. But mind you, my neighbor, I love him for that, because one time he was helping me make a song, right? And I was listening to somebody else's song, and my neighbor, because he was trying to teach me music at one point in time. And so he would come over here every day to help me do this song, right? And so he would play the song, and then I would listen to what I was hearing, and then I would tell him what I heard, and then we would make it rhyme. It was a little freaky, but I mean, I just go with it. She said, "You be bringing them gems back." Period. Thank you, Abby. I'm kind of jealous because I don't remember my dreams. Neither do I, Mike. That's the thing. Literally, I don't. Like, if it's only certain time when I come back and I tell you what they literally told, what I heard in my dream, and I be saying they, but whoever the dream keepers are, like whatever they tell me to come back and say that I can remember is normally because they played it over and over and over again in my head. It's like when I was in school. If I studied for a test, the only way I knew that I was going to pass is if I dreamt about it. If I didn't dream about it, I don't know what to tell you. It may not be, it may not, but if I dream about it, oh, it's ace. I can already tell you that I'm going to kill it, and I can, run it back and forth, this, and the third. But for the most part, when it be stuff like um freedom, because in my dream, I can remember the freedom. So I don't know what I was playing that, let me see. It might have been something about freedom. I don't know. But all I know is it was freedom. Let me see. What was I listening to? Where I'm at. I listened to last night.
These Africans had never seen a mangrove forest.
I listened to the hidden 1,000 years, the 1,000 years that they've been hiding from us, because apparently we done been here longer, but for 100,000 years. So 100,000 years of our timeline they're saying is missing. I listened to that. And then it's Rama. It says, fall asleep to the entire story of Rama, Hindu mythology. I don't know who Rama is. I'm telling you, because I don't know. I can't remember. And it could be something that ended up triggering, whatever, but I don't remember. I'll have to go back and listen to it again. All I know is when I wake up, like fairies, which y'all don't even realize, this shit is crazy. Because yesterday I was actively trying to fall asleep on the couch, right? Mind you, I've been getting some of the best fucking sleep ever. Like when they said rest, like I've been resting. Mind you, I don't feel like I should be resting. I be feeling like I should be doing something, but I'm always should be doing something. And now I'm actively taking the time to fucking be resting, right? Because this is the thing. A long time ago, I said, I was bored and I needed something to do, and I was on rest mode, right? And then a man ended up telling me, he said, it's cool for you to rest because pretty soon you're about to have a whole lot to do. Why did that trigger in my brain? Because I'm steady saying, like, God actively, like, there's stuff that I really need to be doing. Like, y'all know I work here. So stuff that I need to have paid for, I ain't got it. So at this point, I'm actively praying for God. God, please, make sure that this happens and ends meet and da 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 da. Right? Still GoFundMe, still Cash App. Okay. Um. So still praying to God actively about it. Right? All of a sudden, she said, the night before, all I remember was that people's names were Roman numerals. And you might be right about that because numbers are frequency and all that stuff and numbers. So then I said the numbers were right. So that's the thing. Um, so out of nowhere, I'm literally sitting here again and I'm saying, because I'll be asleep. Like, mind you, I'll be knocked out. And you know how a lot of people, y'all, it's a frequency happening. I'll be sleep and then I'll be saying like I'll be wanting to get stuff done. Mind you, I still been getting stuff done. I done did a little bit of the garage, so now I need to go back through here all over again. So y'all might be getting ready to get some more cleaning videos again. But and I heard that same exact voice. Like it's okay to rest right now because pretty soon you gonna have more work than you even knew what to do with. And so here it goes again. So taking the time to rest because God know what you need to do and God know what I need to do. So with that being said, I'm gonna just take the time to actively rest, go to sleep, do the things that I need to do, and get it together. So as I'm going and listening to the thing, it is freedom. It is the connection that you have because you don't have to worry about me. Like if I love you, you don't have to worry about me. I mean, and not in that fashion. Like worry about me, but not in a way to where I'm going to cheat on you. I don't have that in me. Like I don't have those types of games. I don't want to play those types of games. We don't have to do that. So the minute that I say, I'm yours, you're mine. You ain't gotta be all down my back and my neck worried about if it's no niggas around, cause ain't no niggas around. I'm 5 years into the process of by myself, ain't no niggas around. You see what I'm saying? And then even when niggas be trying it, ain't no niggas around because again, I told you I spot it real quick and then it's like yeah, I don't like that or I don't want that and this, that, and the third. And again, when the right thing's on the way, so is the wrong thing. I already know the right thing's on the way. Like literally I could be dating a nigga tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? So ain't worried about whether or not a nigga know how to show up. Mind you, and I don't know why anybody ever got the idea or the thought of like I know how to get a nigga. Like I done been cute my whole entire life. Like it ain't like I don't ever think that I'm like y'all I wish I didn't have to explain it because I ain't going to explain it. But honestly, I ain't never had a problem with getting a nigga. Niggas like ass. I got ass. Okay, you see what I'm saying? She said, Chico, I'm telling you, the names are oh, okay. And that's probably a thing. Like literally, we'll see. Um, so yeah, I ain't never had a problem with getting a nigga. I don't think nobody has a problem with getting a nigga because people fail to realize the same niggas that bitches be getting that be thinking they out of somebody else's league. Bitch, ain't no nigga out of nobody's league and ain't no bitch out of nobody's league. In case y'all didn't know. And if you a bitch and you think that a nigga's out of somebody's league, bitch, I'm sure look at some of his baby mamas, the ones that he really, really like, freaking with, and vice versa. Cause I done dated some ugly ass niggas, but guess what? They pay like they weigh and they treated me like diamonds and gold, and I like being treated like diamonds and gold. You see what I'm saying? So just know that ain't nobody on this planet unreachable. I don't give a damn how much money they got, where they live at. I don't care. Niggas will be saying they are unreachable, be sleeping with the fucking maid. Okay, so just know yo nigga ain't unreachable, yo bitch ain't unreachable until they unreachable. You see what I'm saying? So there's a thing. And it's a grown person thing. It's like a grown person's mindset. And then on top of that, if you are reachable, guess what? Good. Thank you for showing me early. You see what I'm saying? So even in the process, you should think that they not, but also know that if they do, what you want me to do? I can't stop nobody from wanting to lay down with nobody. And even if you find out that they like somebody, you still can't stop them from not liking them. No, it just don't work that way. And so sometimes you have to keep yourself out of certain things, and that's another thing. Being mixy ain't gonna be it. So the reason why I keep myself out of stuff because I like being at my house. And so I'm not just out in the street. Like I ain't gonna make myself accessible. That's the thing. And some people, knowing they belong with people, be making themselves accessible. Why are you making yourself accessible? And like even sometimes you're not accessible because I just said niggas be sleeping with the maid, right? But guess what? And don't nobody cut my grass but me. You want to know why? I love cutting my grass. I got a zero turn lawnmower. It's stuff that got paid for that I like being able to do. And so someone may say, "Well, I don't like my woman cutting grass." Well, outside to me, grass and like all of this stuff. I like tools, and so when you have tools, you can make it easier. That's what makes my life freer. Not the fact that I don't want her cutting grass because I don't want her hurting herself. This and the third. Like, only time you're going to send a nigga over here to me is, can you cut down them trees back there? Because I got several trees that need to be cut down. And mind you, I got the fucking chainsaw. I got two chainsaws in the garage. But I know I'm not supposed to be chainsawing nothing by myself. So you can come chainsaw it, or you can send a nigga to chainsaw it. And after he chainsaw, he can get his ass out of my yard. Make it so I don't gotta pay him and you pay him. And then that way he don't even gotta talk to me. I'll tell him what I need chainsaw, where it need to go. And that's the only conversation we got to have. And it ain't about nobody being strict or anything else. Like, that's the way I like it, because I don't want nobody talking to me no way. You see what I'm saying? Period. Because niggas be saying she friendly because I smile. Mind you, I'm friendly because I'm friendly, but I ain't all that friendly. Because then people be saying she mean as fuck. Well, so which one is it? Is she friendly or is she mean? I need to know, because y'all be fucking confusing me. Anyway, healthy love doesn't ask either one to stop being who they are. It makes room for them both. Time for individual growth, freedom to use your natural gifts and your natural talents, support for your dreams and your purpose, encouragement, not refinement. So a long time ago, right? I like pickup trucks and things of that nature. Why? Because I grew up doing yard selling and stuff like that, right? So, I still like to sometimes do that. So I could be, thrifting in somebody's trash, right? I ride by, they got this. I need to be able to have something to be able to throw that on the back so I can do something with it, because I like shit like that, right? For all intents purposes, most of my niggas be like, I can buy you that. I know, but also part of the fun is refurbishing. I love like when there's new stuff, and I love the fact that you're able to, pay for shit. He said it's peaceful being out in the yard. It is. Like, to me, it's freedom. I just want to be able to pay for my own stuff. Like, literally, like, I want, and he could pay for it. That's what I'm saying. But I also want to be able to pay for it myself. So freedom to me looks like me not having to argue or stress about no bills. Like, you know what I mean? Like, God, please allow me to be able to take care of myself. Allow the money that I need to be able to just pay, my mortgage and my car payment, or, get another car. Do the things that I like to be able to do. And whatever I want, please allow me the freedom to be able to do that. Right? That's all I'm asking for. She says she like treasure hunting. That's what I'm saying, right? I like treasure hunting. If I want to be able to buy it new, please and thank you. Like, my house, being at my house is like one of the best things for me, because it's like, if I just had everything that I needed to be able to take care of here, I don't really want to go nowhere else. I can barbecue here. I can hang out in the back. I got some other stuff that I really, really want to do around here. Like, I want to do like the pottery thing. So, I'm kind of already set in like what I want to be able to do. So this is why I'm actively praying to God about this, right? To be able to make sure that I can take care of what I need to take care of and not have no worries about that. That's my biggest thing. As far as like wanting to be out in the streets, I ain't got that. Like, the streets to me ain't fun, because you could die. And biggest rule, number one rule of earth school, don't die. Like, I can die actively around here by being outside, a tree fall on me. Anything could fucking happen. But I'm not gonna add extra insult to injury, in the process. So that's the thing. I'm gonna be here. Mind you, I got cameras all around my crib, right? Not because a nigga asked me to get cameras, but because I had a nigga when I moved in, and guess what? He was always on the road. So when the thing that I made sure was he had access to the camera. So if I don't answer the phone, he can look at any of the cameras and say, "Oh, she's right there in the yard. She probably don't hear me because of the lawnmower, whatever." But 9 times out of 10, I would answer the phone. He didn't do that. I did that. I did that because I knew where I like to be. I knew what I like to do. And I don't want nobody thinking that I'm out running around in the street, this, that, and the third, because again, I wasn't running around the street, but they didn't have to do that. What I also realized was I also actively created my own prison. Why? Because a person will always know where I'm at for them to be able to do their own bullshit. But again, that's up to you. If you out doing whatever you doing, I'm not gonna stop it. Because how the fuck I'm gonna stop it? If you sneaking, that's on you. It don't have nothing to do with me. And mind you, that took me a while too to even get to, because y'all, I let a nigga play in my face one time to the tune of, it was me asking, and I was young during when this happened. I'm actively asking, what did I do wrong to make this person cheat on me, or to make this person want to run around in the street? And then actively, it made me think that niggas just like fast girls. So, let me just be a fast girl. And then I started doing shit that I really wasn't proud of, doing, because shit, this is what y'all niggas like. So let me do this. But mind you, even when I was in that mode, the training is wrong, because niggas would allow me to do anything and everything that I want to do. When I acted out and I had bad behavior, they was like wanting to hand me shit on a silver platter. Mind you, they was already handing me shit on a silver platter, but it was like I got double the platters by being, nonchalant, which is weird because y'all training me wrong. And then after I realized, like, I don't want to do none of this shit, no way. I just want to, do this. But somebody had to tell me it was never about you. Another nigga had to tell me that my nigga cheating on me was never about me. And then that was the only thing that made me fully actively understand. But by then, the damage was already done. And so again, people fail to realize, like, a lot of the ways and a lot of the reasons why certain women, or men and women, act the way they act is because the training is wrong. If all of a sudden now I come over to your house and I told you that we not gonna be that, because before I wanted to be in love and this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm saying, nigga, we fucking and that's it. Oh, they love that until they don't, because then when I come over your house and actively we fucking and that's it. And then guess what? After we done, I get up, I put my clothes on, and nigga, I'll see you later. They be like, oh, you're not gonna stay? No, nigga, fuck you. Well, I want you to stay and cuddle. Ain't no cuddling, nigga. Like, where my money? They love bitches like that, let me tell you, because shit, niggas just start cashing out. Can you come back later on? Why? What you want? All of a sudden now niggas trying to get bitches pregnant. Like, why are you trying to get me pregnant when I already told you I don't never want to have no kids by you ever? But they like when you treat them like fucking dogs. I don't want to stay with you. I don't want to talk to you. And after this is over, nigga, don't call me. I'll call you. And then they start feeling like the bitch, and now they want to be into you. Don't. No, thank you, because we started off this way. This is what you said you wanted. Now all of a sudden you want a girlfriend. No, you just want to play in my face because you now want to try to humble me. But this is what you asked for. But then when we do it better than you, because nigga, we always gonna do it better than you. I don't give a damn what they tell you. We will always do it better than you, and then now you want to kill me. Like, don't do that. I wasn't trying to kill you. I was not trying to do that. I thought that's what you said. You said you wanted, this is what the agreement was. I come when you call, or you come when I call, or but ain't no cuddling. I'll get with you. I'll see you after the party. Make sure you're ready. And then after the party, bitch, I gotta go home. I holler. Ain't no staying. What the hell you thought? Now you want to be in your feelings. You said that's true. When I sit here talking to be nice and me, and then let's cuddle, the answer is always no. I mean, because that, like, why are you trying to train me wrong? When I want to be all up your ass and everything else, then you want to be out here with all the other bitches. But now when I actively get up and now I'm starting, putting my dress on and shit like that, whole nigga, I'm at the nigga house. Like, you calling me, I know what you do, because bitch, you doing it to this bitch. Now you want me to be the bitch that you do it to. No, thank you. We'll leave it to being her. Mind you, them bitches be out talking shit. Oh, well, he said this about you. Bitch, I don't give a fuck what he said. Because guess what? The only reason why you got a nigga, bitch, is because of me. Because if I said, yes to this nigga, bitch, you would have been gone. Like, now I got to start talking bitches like this. So that's why I keep trying to tell people, like, I done been a couple different bitches. And I know how to play all the roles. Now, some of them, may have been a little meaner, a little nicer than others. But at this point, I don't want to do that. But I had bitches all in my face talking about some, I done had bitches, niggas doing shit for me that they wouldn't do for their own bitch. Cause I ain't gotta be with the nigga. That's your shit. And if you want some of this ass, let me tell you what it's gonna cost you. This, and this. And guess what the fuck they do? Exactly what the hell I said and some. So, like, let's not forget when people be saying, oh, don't be this, that. Like, I know how to do my job. Like, I came into this realm active. I keep trying to tell y'all. And I know how to make a nigga go get it. I also know how to make a nigga very, very depressed if you fuck around in my face. So it's what you want to do. But when I ignored him and gave him no attention, them is when the hey, why you acting weird and distant? Girl, put a nigga on freeze frame real hard. Bitch, call your mama. Don't call here. And I tell somebody quickly, if you do this, I'm gonna do this. And then they keep doing the shit. And then they be mad when I do the thing. And I be like, you didn't hear me when I told you I was gonna do this? Like you didn't get that? That's why I be trying to tell you. That's why I love me some Cardi B. She said I'm a demon, and then I fuck your brother. Outside niggas like an outside bitch, but be sick when they get some outside. Yeah, like I know how to be nice. I know how to be a nice girl, but I also know how to be, one of them ones. But mind you, like I said, I done actively took a 5-year break. Now, what y'all want me to do? How you want me to act? Do you want me to be a good girl? Do you want me to be a bad girl? Or do you want me to just be thankful that I'm listening to God? Because, nigga, I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Because, again, y'all be mad at bitches, but you don't be mad at your mama. That's the part that I don't get. And we all the same. Around the world, collectively, actively, it's just on what level. The wheel of fortune, I told y'all, it could go up, it could go down, it could be side to side, nigga. What the fuck do you want to do? Be thankful that, I took my time and I have learned. But mind you, I've been learned. You see what I'm saying? Like, I didn't actively need a nigga to tell me nothing. Like, I've been, since actively in the end of my 20s, going into the 30s and into the 40s, and bitch, now I'm 50. Like, y'all should be thankful because I know how to be hard on some niggas. Like, and then they be talking about some size, this, that, or third. Bitch, I know how to be everybody's size. What size you need? And if you want me to play in your face, you're going to have to get somebody else to do it because I don't want to have to do that. That's the thing. But if I decide and I chose that I want to start playing in some niggas' faces, like, hate the player, not the game. Okay, so I know what they say, but hate the player, not the game, because the game gonna be the game. All right, and the player can play this way, and you know what she said? Players they gonna play, and ballers they gonna ball. Whatever the fuck she said. That, like, be mad at the game because y'all are teaching the game, and y'all don't realize y'all done fucked up the game. This the reason why shit is the way that it is, because y'all done fucked up the game. Or y'all just got me fucked up, clearly, because I don't want nothing to do with it. Either way, play with somebody else. I tell him stop playing with me because my game is savage. Just let it be calm. They don't know that. Like, niggas don't realize, like, if when bitches start playing the game they be playing, niggas be crying. Then niggas be wanting to kill bitches. That's what it is. Because when we turn a them on them, like, they don't know how to handle it. They turn into weeping willows. And y'all ain't ready for the shit that the bitch is gonna do. But now y'all just mad at the bitches leaving y'all alone. But actively, it's not right. Like, none of the shit that's happening right now is right. So take it how it resonates. Right now, we got 2 souls, 2 worlds, 1 love. Can it last? Will I stop staying where I'm not fully chosen? Sigil, where you stop saying where you're not fully chosen, because guess what? You shouldn't even be talking to that nigga. You see what I'm saying? Cut that nigga off. And not as a game, as a bitch, I'm not fucking with you. Get somebody else to do it. And that's one thing that I love about me right now. It ain't no niggas around to say, okay, well, this person can come and pull on her strings. It's been 5 years. Ain't no niggas around. Ain't no new niggas, ain't no old niggas, ain't no niggas. So if I choose to decide that I want to be with somebody, that means I can give my all to this person. If you fuck it up, then you fucked it up. And again, I don't want to do no karmic shit with nobody. So that's another thing. Here we go. Sometimes two people meet and the connection feels undeniable. The love is real, the chemistry is strong, and the bond feels like destiny. But love by itself, what the hell I get a restriction for now? I ain't even said nothing. Your content contains themes that may find uncomfortable and have been restricted reason, body exposure, and sexualized behavior. Somebody did that. Now, why somebody just do that? And then they get on my nerves because, like I said, for some reason they ain't figured out yet. Let me see. Yeah, and see, this is what I did. I reported this last time because, and then they said, well, oh, your live is not abandoned, but somebody just did that. And again, I don't know why people keep wanting to come over here. So all I'm gonna do is screenshot it because what I did last time is I screenshotted it, sent it to them, sent my whole full outfit and everything, what I had on. But it's a little hating ass bitch over here. Somebody in on TikTok said your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted reason body exposure and sexualized behavior. I ain't did nothing. Mind you, let's see. Abby, I see you there. It's like 5 people in there, but I can't see who did it. Because I actually y'all are the only two that I can see. I can see Chico and I can see Abby. I don't see who else is there. So between whoever else is there, somebody little hating ass bitch, your mama, did that. So now I'm gonna get ready to get banned for bullying, because then you know what I'm saying. But either way, fuck you. Anyway, so but love itself does not always solve everything. When two people come from different worlds, different mindsets, different healing journeys, or different versions of life, the connection can feel beautiful and painful at the same time. One person may crave freedom while the other craves security. One may be ready to grow while the other is still afraid of change. One may communicate openly while the other stays silent. That doesn't always mean anything is wrong. It may simply mean that they're in two different seasons. Haters who find this close to crap. I'm trying to tell you, like, somebody stay wanting to be in my ass. Like, I don't understand and be mad. And mostly is it because literally what I just said. It's when I find somebody else. That's the thing. I can see 4 people. I'm sending you a screenshot. Yeah, it's 5. I'm looking at 5. Literally, the number says 5 to me. So whoever's in there, um, one of them. Look, they say 5 people to me. See that? So there's 5 people there, but somebody just said that I did something that I didn't do. But at the end of the day, ain't gonna matter because all I'm gonna do is send it to TikTok like I did before, and sooner or later they'll start fixing their program. So whoever's doing it ain't doing nothing but helping them fix their algorithm. That's it. That's all. Because and then sooner or later, I feel like they should start taking whoever those channels are when they do it. They should start deleting them, like literally, and getting rid of them, because ain't no reason for you to be over here telling lies and whatnot. And if you keep doing that, I feel like they should just take their whole entire fucking TikTok from them, because clearly they don't have no home training. It's basically nothing but a distraction. Yeah, so now I just have to wait till I'm off and then fucking report them, because whoever did it, they gonna know who reported it and who did it. So last time when they did it, I had to send a screenshot of when it happened, and then that's it. So they'll know who did it. That's why I don't care. Like, people fail to realize they leave traces, and whoever it is just left, because now there's 4 of y'all. Now drop the 4. Yeah. So whoever it is just left. But all it does is when I go over there and I report it to TikTok and let them know that they said that and my live got blocked. And now this time I'm gonna tell them that's taking money from me, because if somebody wanted to come and find me and give me anything, guess what I can't get? Nothing, because y'all are restricting my live for it to go out from anybody else, because I can't get gifted, I can't get nothing because y'all keep letting people block my live. So sooner or later, whoever that is going to get their whole page taken away, and that's what they're going to need to. Now drop the 4. She go drop off real quick too. Yeah, because they already know. They know they doing some bullshit. Like, why are you worried about me? Like, I ain't done nothing to nobody. I done actively told y'all I done been separated by myself, been over here by myself for 5 fucking years. I ain't engaged with nobody. I ain't said nothing to nobody. So somebody is literally like one of the biggest fucking haters under the sun. And why am I such a thing? And this is why I keep saying, like, that type of stalking is serious, because you see everything they do is based off of trying to make sure that I stay little. Like, and that's another thing what I say about people. I don't like, I will never ever entertain that type of energy, and I pray to never ever run into that type of energy, because I wouldn't want to have to try to beat somebody by cheating. Like, if a person's going to grow and a person's going to expand and a person's going to be something, like, I'm not one that, oh, I gotta make you suffer. I gotta try to do something to you. Like, the thing that I'm gonna do to you is I'm gonna leave. I'm not going to give you no energy. I'm not going to entertain you. I'm not going to be nowhere around you. I'm not going to give you no energy. But whoever that is in obsession mode, because clearly you're obsessed that you come here. It's 5 again. So I don't know. Either way, and then the fact that a person is making that many pages, like, who the fuck is making that many fake pages? Like, that's a lot of energy. Like, a person got a lot of energy for me, and I don't have no energy for them. And so that probably has to be sad. And just knowing that I'm like this close away from, being somewhere else with somebody else, and it's never going to be them, it's probably, creating an issue anyway. Anyway, I'll be praying that, God get them, because fuck them. I'm not going to stop my life, and I'm not going to never not want to be nowhere with nobody or this, that, and the third, because somebody is, actively doing that. Like, that's not doing nothing. It's not going to stop nothing. All it's going to do is stop you from, having a page. Hmm. Either way, the collective needs to understand this. Not every strong connection is meant to become a permanent relationship. Some people come into your life to awaken you, to teach you, to mirror you, or to help you see what you truly need. Love can be real and still require distance. Feelings can be deep and still not be enough without effort, honesty, truth, and mutual growth. If you're forcing something that constantly hurts, drains you, or confuses you, you ask yourself, am I in love with the potential or the reality? And what I tell y'all before, we're not dating potential no more. You can't date potential, because if a person is only this, then that's all that a person, like, you got to take a person for what they are. If they grow, then that's great. That's based off of them. If they don't, then they don't. That's based off of them. Hmm. So I wonder, hmm, that's strange. Love can be real and still require distance. Feelings can be deep and still not be enough without effort, honesty, trust, or mutual growth. All right. So the right connection will not require one soul to shrink so that the other can stay humble. Real love makes room for both to grow. And sometimes the lesson is not how to hold on, it's the how to let go with love. And that's one of the things. Like I told y'all before, a person said to me they wanted to be where people love them the most, right? My ex, which was the best lesson for me, because guess what? Go ahead. I don't want nobody being nowhere where they don't want to be at all, period. And I love a person enough, and I keep saying that I love the person enough to want to see them grow. She said I can't even repeat what you said, but you ain't never lied. Because if I repeat what they said, then they're going to be trying to say, oh, you're trying to bully. I told you this platform is, but yeah, you got to love a person. Like, if I love a person and I know how to love, and I keep saying that I know how to love, you don't have to want to be with me. You see what I'm saying? Like, you should want a person to be where they want to be. And so just because I wanted to be with a person didn't mean that the person needed or wanted to be with me. Was I sad that the person didn't want to be with me? Of course, because I love the person. But when a person said everybody that loved them the most is such and such a place, well, we have to get you to where everybody that loves you the most, right? And that's something that they have to go through. That's something that they have to find out. But the funny part to me was this: God will also show you everything that you need to see. Because when the person told me they needed to be where everybody loved them the most, and I took them to where everybody loved them the most, the people that loved them the most started sending me messages and telling me the shit the person was doing that actually helped me in court. So it'd be funny how people will, try to make you feel less than, or maybe a person thought they could play on my emotions and, I was going to be sad and, oh, I was going to be hurt and I wasn't going to get past it. I will always be able to get past it because guess what? I know how to love. And just because you don't want to love me don't mean there ain't a love out here for me. You don't have to love me. Somebody will. And the thing is for me, my journey is I have to be open to allowing somebody else to love me. And I'm fully open and able and allowing somebody else to love me. And I'm not gonna block love just because that one person didn't want to be with me. That's weird. And people will try to curse you because I done told y'all multiple times. People kept saying, you're never gonna love nobody because this person did that like hell, and I rebuke you. I rebuke that. Why? Because a person didn't know how to love me right, and you're now saying that I'm not going to love nobody. I'm not going to let nobody. I rebuke it because just because that didn't work out right, I'm gonna love somebody. I'm gonna love somebody harder. And if that shit don't work out, I'm gonna love the next nigga harder than that. God only showed me that I got more love to give. It's like when you have kids and you love your kids, but then y'all don't even realize that when those kids have kids, you love the grandkids more than you love your kids. You never even thought that you could have more love than for your kid, the moms that really love, you know what I'm saying, the kids. You never thought that you could love nobody else more than you love your kids, and then shit, the grandkids come along and you have more love. I can only imagine when great grandkids or you know what I'm saying, that type of thing happens. You realize your heart can expand so much more for different people. You didn't have to love me. Like I ain't for everybody and everybody ain't for me. Did I want that to work out? Absolutely. Did it? No. Is it gonna stop me from going and fucking another nigga? No. I promise you. Eventually it's gonna happen. Even God know it. I mean, I know how to pop pussy. Like, why the fuck would I allow that to happen? Like, stop playing with me. And on top of that, niggas is good for calling bitches a hoe. So why would you ever think that a hoe didn't know how to pop her pussy? I just took some time to realize how I wanted to pop it and who I wanted to pop it with, which makes it even better for me and them. So why anybody ever thought that, I didn't know how to do something? I ain't never had an issue in not knowing how. I mean, shit, niggas be liking me. My pussy good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know that. They know that. It's savory. Period. Y'all, I'm crying. Divine source, God, please. God of peace and understanding. I come with an open heart asking for clarity and love and strength and truth. Help me recognize what is real and release what is not aligned with my highest good. If a connection is meant for me, let it bring peace, growth, and mutual care. If it's not, give me the courage to let go without bitterness or fear. Teach me not to chase what confuses my spirit, but to trust what feels steady, honest, and whole. Heal the parts of me that have settled for less than I deserve, and strengthen my ability to choose myself when necessary. Surround me with love that does not require me to shrink, silence my voice, or lose my peace. Let me grow in relationships that are balanced, safe, and true. And above all, guide my heart to align what is meant for me. Guide my heart to align what is meant for me, without forcing, without rushing, and without fear. I mean, she said, "LOL." Think that's the affirmation, and is like I don't know what these people be out here thinking. Like, ain't no way. Like, I ain't never thought I was ugly, nigga. I be actively trying to be ugly, and niggas still be trying to fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? I be trying to hide, and niggas be trying to find me. So where the hell did anybody ever get off thinking that I ever thought I was ugly? Even when the people came and talking about you fat, and niggas like fat bitches. Just know that. And if he fuck me right, guess what? I won't be fat no more. So period. Know that. Okay? And that's all facts. That's the thing. Like, that's the difference between me and whoever you gonna try to play on their emotions. You're not gonna play on my emotions. Because I ain't that. All right. And he said, I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. I mean, I'm just saying, Chico, they be acting like they don't know. Like, I don't know why. I think people be because I be trying to be quiet, like, and I be trying to just, be my spiritual self, but they don't realize my spiritual self is also awakening up that other, and energy that's in there. And it's only gonna get better with time. Like, I ain't never thought I was, less than. I never thought that. And if I ever gave that, sorry that you thought that, because I ain't never thought that. Like, I just be over here being quiet because I'm trying to grow for me in my spirit. All right. And in my soul and with God. But do y'all not realize, like, God know who I am? God know who I am, and just because you don't mean nothing. I don't have to tell you who I am. God know who I am. And as long as God know, I don't give a fuck what you think or what you thought or what you felt or what you heard. Because it's not for me to. My journey's my journey, your journey's your journey. And a bitch do know how to bend it over, okay? And if I don't know, it's people that can teach me. That's the other thing. I'm always willing to learn the things that I don't know how to do. That's one of the things that I love about me the most. Period. So, with that being said, I asked, what happens if one is with somebody and the other one isn't, but the one is tired of waiting and can find somebody else? Because a lot of people be, waiting on a specific person. They want somebody. Every time I came when I, started my channel, everybody was like, "Well, will this person come back?" And I'll be thinking, why the fuck would you want them? Like, to me, one of the best things, and everybody can do what they want, but to me, growth is one of the best things. What happens when people aren't free at the same time? Like, because somebody be dating this person, somebody be dating this person, somebody be doing that, but the energy is, wanting to connect, right? How do other people they choose play into this? Because their hearts will always pull together, like it's a thing, right? Because I said sometimes conditioning has told us to be with this or just the circumference. Because this the other thing, like when y'all look up, like, when men cheat, they say women cheat based off of something. I forgot what the whole little thing is, but a woman choose somebody with a distance, a little bit of ways, right? Because just know that they always going to do it better. Niggas, they said, basically will cheat within circumference. So they'll cheat with the bitch across the street because, they needed to be quick, fast, and this, then a third. So that's one of the things that was on one of the studies, right? I'm on that same journey. And period. Like, let them know, like, a bitch ain't never gonna stop riding dick, like, you know what I'm saying, or eating none either. So at the end of the day, they didn't make one bitch and stop. Okay. So that's the part where people fail to realize, like, you may think that you was the end of all end alls, but they done made better dicks, I promise you. Or cats. You see what I'm saying? Excuse my language. But don't let nobody ever, get it misconstrued or fucked up. People be saying like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna be the you gonna be another, another check mark. Please and thank you. Hopefully, you go on and get. But either way, don't ever let nobody make you think that, their presence is gonna make you or break you, cause it ain't. Either way, and that's vice versa for everybody. Like, it don't matter. A person could not give a damn whether or not what I think of anything else, and vice versa. Good. You see what I'm saying? Because they suck at the game, and we be knowing and not saying anything. That's what I'm getting at. So that's the other thing. Like, people fail to realize, like, okay, good. I will never be with you. Great. So on another note, now I got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other billion people to play with on the planet. Please go on and move out the way so, whoever the real, him is can show up. or the real her is, vice versa. See what I'm saying? Like, I ain't upset, and you shouldn't be either. But it's like the thing when I told you, when they said they wanted segregation, the lady said, they said, oh, we want to segregate. And then when the lady said, okay, good, let's segregate, and this is what we should have, and this is what you should have, and then all of a sudden segregation didn't look that great. But you asked for it. Like, why would I give you what you asked for? Like, you said you didn't like me. I removed myself from the scenario and from the simulation, and it don't matter who it is. It could be the last one, the one before that. It could be any of them. It don't matter who. We ain't talking about one specific nothing. It could be some people at the job said you not good at this job, and you said, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna go to a different job. Now all of a sudden they figure out that you was the butter and bread to this job. Cause I didn't, had that conversation with people too. People be getting above themselves, and you ask for a raise because you know how much you bring to the table at this job, and then they be like, "Well, I'm not gonna pay you that because you know what I'm saying everybody else gets the same salary." Okay, well, everybody else ain't gonna do what I'm gonna do. Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you this. This is my 2 weeks, and I ain't gonna be here no more. And since it's on my 2 weeks, I'm gonna be on vacation for the next 2 weeks. So just know that. And then on that day, I ain't coming back. So now they paying you, you're not there. So then they try to blacklist you everywhere. But mind you, people realize that, hold on, this person was doing this, and that at this job. Oh no, we need that. We've been waiting for this person to fucking quit there. And then all of a sudden you can start another job. And then people be mad because then when they start to realize, oh my God, like this person was actively doing this, and this at this job, and then they ain't got nobody else to do. And guess what? Whole company go bankrupt. Well, you treating your people right. You wasn't treating the energy that was, creating a scenario and making everything run properly. You wasn't treating them right. So it's fine. And it may be a little glitch in the system. So even for them, they may have to just learn that lesson and then start a whole nother company. And then next thing you know, it worked because they now realize that bitch don't treat people like that. So for everybody, it could just be whatever the learning lesson is. You have to figure it out and just know that players fuck up. So you may do some shit, but guess what? When God give you another opportunity to do the shit right, don't fuck it up again. So again, I ain't even talking about one particular one person energy bad. I'm telling you for each energy, what it could or could not be. Like, you're never going to get me to care about anything that is beyond the past. If I did it and I know I put all my effort into it, I don't give a fuck. It's not meant for me to. I did the job, I completed the assignment, it didn't work. Hallelujah to everybody. Let's bow out gracefully. I wasn't it. You weren't it. We wasn't it. Whatever it was, it happened. It is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, and it was what it was. But I don't want to keep going around and around and around and around the merry-go-round about the same bullshit. Please release me. I mean, that's it. That's all. Thank you. Anyway, so it says what you're describing is actually something a lot of people experience, but don't always have the words for it. So sometimes two people are deeply connected, but their timing is off. One person is emotionally ready, the other is still figuring it out. Or one moves on, tries to distract themselves, even dates other people, but the connection between them doesn't really disappear. Here's what usually happens in this kind of situation. It says one person gets tired of waiting, not because they stop caring, but because being in pause mode starts to hurt more than the connection itself. So they try to move on, meet new people, open their heart again, but nothing feels quite the same because part of them is still attached to the original bond. Meanwhile, the other person might not fully be present either. Maybe they're busy, unavailable emotionally, or trying to move forward in their own way, but that connection still lingers in the background for both. And this is where it gets complicated. So even when new people enter the picture, they sometimes feel like almost right instead of right, because the heart remembers what it felt deeply connected to. So the new relationship can end up feeling confusing, like you're there physically but emotionally still stuck still something still pulls you back. So every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, me back. Mind you, guess what? These relationships don't fucking work either. Niggas be wasting their fucking time 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years, and then guess what? Don't fucking work, and now you done spent 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years with a bitch trying to prove a point and wasting fucking time. Anyway, long story short, or then when a person actually comes up, because this is what I noticed. It was a situation even with my baby daddy, right? One of them. And they tried playing my face. And then they was with somebody. With somebody. Mind you, these niggas be dating bitches way young, like they kids age, right? So started dating a young girl. Anyway, long story short, he had control because she was younger, right? Later on, after the young girl started getting her own self together and she started making her own money and everything else, guess what? Left his old bitch ass. And for all intents purposes, they could be doing whatever they wanted to do. But for long story short, I asked him one time, he called me like, where the fuck is such and such at? Because why the fuck are you calling here? Oh, well, they moved because da 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 da. Now the nigga with a whole nother bitch. But they learned that lesson and people got to do what they got to do. But some people will think that, they'll go play with somebody else that's younger, this, that, and the third, manipulate a situation. And as soon as that young person figures out how to get their own shit, bitch, your ass is done. Because thank you for the ride, bitch. And see you, sayonara. Anyway, everybody got to learn how they got to learn. Like, none of these relationships are new. None of these scenarios are new. Like, this shit goes around in a loop. The old nigga, young bitches, the old bitches, young niggas. Like, it's not new. It's all the same cycle and how you want to play in it. It's all some karmic ass shit. Instead of trying to connect with a person, most people will try to go get somebody. Oh, I think this person is better than my last. Bitch, don't be better. Bitch, don't be better at all, period. And whether or not you think it is, that's for you. Good. But now you're about to go through some karmic ass shit. Why? Because you're in it for the wrong fucking reason. You're in it because you're trying to make somebody jealous. Meanwhile, ain't nobody jealous. Everybody looking at you look dumb. Because everybody was looking at him look dumb. The bitch went from a big ass bitch, because she was big when he met her, to a little bitch. Because why? He was trying to control her weight. Talking to her, stop trying to eat this. Stop. Like, that's all they do. And then after she became a better bitch, she left his ass. I love that for her. Because that's what happens when you out being a cheating ass, dumb ass nigga. And now you on my phone talking about something you was supposed to be my only wife. 29 years later. Bitch, get the fuck off my line. Ain't no fucking only wife around here, bitch. Get the fuck gone. You did what you did. I did what I did. We both did what we did, and that's the fuck it. We ain't even playing a game. Shit to say. I expose her. Shit. I mean, it just be what it's gonna be. It's the same cycle of everything. Everybody has to experience it once. And if you want to experience it, then you experience it. If you don't want to experience it, don't experience it. I don't want to experience it no more. That's why even the other day I told you I was on Uncle Luke's thing, and he said, older women out here messing with younger boys. And I consider myself to be an older woman, but I'm not really an older woman because I still feel like, kind of young, right? But mind you, I said that's not true. And he's like, yes, it is, Golden Girl. I know you out here. No. Like, I don't know why people try to tell you who you are as a person and what you do. But meanwhile, like, that's what he was trying to say, that all the older women are out here dating younger. No, because guess what? I would love an older man that makes sense and that is, and I don't, like I said, I don't even really care about the age other than don't be a fucking, I don't want to be a predator, okay? So, and that's on any case. But the thing is I don't want no old ass nigga that's trying to make me into his hospice wife. I still want to have fun, and I don't want no younger nigga that's trying to turn me into a fucking pedophile. I don't like that. Like, it has to be something that is actively right, something that is, meant to be. This is the design. Like, you gonna learn something here, they gonna learn something here, y'all gonna grow together, y'all gonna experience some shit together, y'all gonna be able to create together. Like, I can't deny that. Like, God send that, please and thank you. So even when new people enter into the picture, they sometimes feel like almost right instead of right because the heart remembers what it felt deeply connected to. So the new relationship can end up feeling confusing, like you're there physically but emotionally still stuck. Something pulls you back. But here's the truth underneath of all of it. If two people are never free at the same time, it creates a cycle of almost maybes and missed timing. And in that space, people can unintentionally use people are weird. Da-da-da-da, what? I don't know what he talking about. If two people are never free at the same time, it creates a cycle of almost maybes and missed timing. And in that space, people can unintentionally use new relationships to fill a gap that isn't actually healed or closed yet. That doesn't mean the love wasn't real. It just means love without timing, clarity, or availability becomes painful instead of peaceful. And eventually, both people have to face a hard question. Are we choosing each other in real life or just holding on to a version of each other in our hearts? Because hearts can stay connected for a long time, but relationships need presence, not just emotions. So that's another thing. And then, so I said, what happens when a karmic knows that a man or a woman belongs somewhere else? Because karmics be knowing that people belong somewhere else. People be knowing when somebody's heart not really in it. People be knowing because people be going through mood swings. It's like the fact of, and I don't mean to use her, but she said it herself. She said, I put up with your mood swings, this, that, and the third during your time. Like, but technically it could have been mood swings based off of something else because we don't know what that nigga was going through. But when you love somebody, you treat them with care. So the fact that she said that also says that there was issues in the relationship. So why are you holding on to somebody that's treating you some type of way? I don't give a fuck whether or not he got a game, a boxing match, a fucking kickball fucking reunion. You're not gonna be treating me crazy. And so the fact that she said that made me think like, why the fuck would she put up with him anyway if he was having mood swings? Like, nigga, we don't have to be together. You can go be over there. But mind you, this the thing. Sometimes people be looking to get broken up with. And instead of you catering to this nigga, break up with they bitch asses. And vice versa. Because there are some people in the world that will not break up with you. They will keep doing everything because they want you to do it. And if you're a person that just holds on, you're gonna be going through a bumpy ass ride with a person who really don't give a fuck about you. They really want you to break up and they just trying to figure out how much shit they can get away with before you absolutely break up with them. And then here you are loving, kissing a nigga's nasty ass nuts and ass and everything else. Meanwhile, they don't want you. They want you to break up with them. That's the reason why they're doing this shit. Not to say that was the case, but there's people that do that. You see what I'm saying? Because I know how to get broke up with too. There's people that do that. That way, because you want to know why I done that? The reason why I did that was because I didn't want you harassing me after the fact. So when a person just decides to say, well, we're done, I'll be like, thank you. Okay, fine. Like, I don't say it like that. I'll be acting like I want to actively cry. But meanwhile, I'll be thinking, thank God, woo, bitch, go. Because mind you, I did that too. Even on the last situation, when God have already said, leave this nigga because this person is doing this. So when the person said, oh, well, I'm going to do da 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 da. Well, okay. Meanwhile, I had already got the message to leave. But if I had actively said I wanted to leave, then I could potentially get beat up. I could potentially, end up deceased and everything else. So when they said it, it made it easier because you broke up with me. God said go. And sometimes, y'all, I done told y'all many, many times, take the out when it's presented. And so you may not be knowing how to go, but sometimes we have to, allow them to break up with us in order to keep your life. Cause when you try to break up with them, it be if I can't have you, nobody else will. And who the fuck do you think you are to try to break up with me? Because I am, Mr. Man of the world, and vice versa. But for me, you know, I done got broken up with a couple times. Sure did. Just so we know, the word karmic gets used a lot online, but in real life, it usually just means a relationship that has intense emotional and is hard to sustain long term. Often because it's more about lessons and triggers than alignment. So people be saying like karmics this, karmics that, da 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 da. But meanwhile, karmics are there to help you. They show you where situation could be weak. Okay. She said, we ain't playing the game shit to say, I mean, I ain't like at the end of the day, period. um, cause they suck. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had already read what y'all said. Anyway, so often because it's more about lessons and triggers rather than deep alignment. So when a karmic knows someone's heart belongs somewhere else, a few things tend to happen. They may feel it before anything is said because people know when your energy is leaving. Abby, didn't you say that the other day? They feel when the energy's leaving. Like people know when your energy's leaving. People know when you're being nonchalant. People know when you're not checking for them. People know it. They can feel it. When you're giving somebody the cold shoulder, they all up on you trying to kiss you all on your face, and meanwhile you don't want them even touching you. They feel it. The energy ain't there. I ain't got it. Please stop. But then some people be overly, it's like the public eye. Like it looked like we're in love. Meanwhile, they don't look like they in love. They look like they trying to get away from you, but the other person ain't figured it out yet. Either way, to each his own. Sometimes you got to get broken up with. And I ain't knocking nobody for it because, again, we don't know how bitches be crazy. See, Chico? I did the same thing. Oh, he said I did the same thing. My ex, she wanted out a few times in our marriage, but that last time I said bye. Period. Sometimes you just gotta let them think they broke up with you. Like, okay, fuck it. Cause bitches be crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can, around here, especially by the hands of a deranged ass bitch, and then they go to jail for 10 years. Talking about a crime of passion. Bitch, I'm gonna haunt your ass, I'll tell you that. That's what's gonna happen. Either way, they feel it before anything is said. Even without proof, people can sense when they're not the final destination for someone. And that can create insecurities, jealousy, or over efforting. Didn't I just say that? Over efforting. She was shocked when I found out I was seeing someone else. That's how they be. Cause they be trying to play in your face, and then you be like, you know what? Fuck this, bitch. I'm gonna get somebody. I'm gonna show you. That's what I'm saying. That's why people be wanting you to be broken. Like, oh, she's not gonna be with nobody else. Like, hell, I ain't, nigga. That's a fucking lie. I mean, the day is soon come. I promise you, soon come. And you might not even know right away, but either way, soon come. Just know when you see me glowing different. Talk to your mama, because all of a sudden, when other things start happening, all of a sudden clothes be different. You be like, I ain't never seen her wear that. She wear the same thing over and over again. I ain't never seen her wear that. Mm-hmm. Yup. He said straight at her feelings. What you mad for? You didn't want me, period. Soon come. And then that's what I'm saying. Soon come. And then I told you, like, I don't be lying to niggas, right? So niggas be outside doing all this other bullshit. And then when I started, wanting to be elsewhere and doing anything else, I come home the next day. Like, I mean, because what is we here for? Walk right in the door. Because you can leave at any given time. I mean, and I know so can I, but either way, at this point, we just in this bitch doing whatever. And I don't want to live like that with nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I done did it, and nigga, I'm not gonna act like I'm just gonna come home because I ain't did nothing. I'll see you tomorrow, sucker. Because I'm gonna have me a good time. Matter of fact, I'll see you over the weekend, bitch. Play with your mammy. And you can watch the kids. See you bye. Thank God I ain't got them problems no more. I was coming in at 6, 7, 8 in the morning. See what I'm saying? I come in at 11 or 12. Because we was having a good time. You gotta wake up and get that morning shot. That's like always the best one. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't leave at 6, 7, 8. That's when the show just got started. Period. I see you around 11, 12 after hotel checkout, nigga. That way you know where I was. Bitch. I ain't even gonna play with you. I told you, he told me one time, he said, you take shit too far. No, I didn't, because what's too far? Like, I don't know what a too far is when I told you that, if you do this and you kept doing it, mind you, because I let you even, I let you wing it a little bit. And then when I got tired, yeah, she said, I told you be careful with me. She said, you gonna have your way with me until I had enough. Listen, that's why I'm telling you, fuck is on your mind. You so arrogant, must be a magician putting. I been listen, Cardi B, like she must have heard everything I said, but this be the shit. It be like the experiences that shit is so like this. Cause I told a nigga the exact same thing. Like in her song, she put that, and I said those exact words. You gonna have your way with me until you had enough. I'll be over this bitch bumping. And niggas can think like, oh, well, I went to a better bitch. You didn't know you went to the bitch that was gonna accept you because bitch, these other bitches ain't gonna say nothing to you. Accidentally on purpose, became too far. And did, mind you, I was listening to a girl, it's on over here. I put it on dun, 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 you gonna have your way with me until you had enough. And she wasn't lying. We're gonna have a conversation about the fact that you niggas get on these podcasts and contradict yourselves. I just saw a podcast where a man asked another man, "How do you feel about men dating outside their races?" Because I hear a lot of men say, men with money say, they date outside their races because black women were not raised to serve their man. They were raised to think. Mind you, all lies because your grandma raised your bitch ass anyway. But they don't need a man. While white, Latino, and other races were raised to be up underneath their man and serve their man. The other guy goes on to say that black women are stronger, better, more amazing, more intelligent, more everything than every other race of women. Mind you, the other part about this is the other races of women will tell their children, if anything happens to you, go find you a black woman. Meanwhile, they kind of hate us and everything else, but they want to send their kids in our direction. So, not saying nothing, but even they will say to their own kids, find you a black woman. Literally just said it verbatim. Black women are better than every other bitch on the fucking planet. But black women's mouths get in the way, and that's why there's so many black women that are baby mamas and not wives. Mind you, I done seen multiple different races, this, that, and the third, cuss a nigga out, disrespect them, even unalive a nigga, for real, for real. Then their parents come talking about something, oh, we need the black community, but no, they went over there actively because they was trying to say all these other people was better than black women. Now your bitch ass ain't here, and now you want the black women to actively come to your rescue. I just want to stop right here and say this. You can get with a white woman today, and them white woman tears are going to be the reason you are unalived. I literally can pull up how many different stories and news articles to show y'all why dating interracially is your fuck up every fucking time. Every time. And remember, back in the day, it was always a big thing. They would be with a black woman until they got the bag, and then they wanted something exotic. Mind you, we exotic. You get with Puerto Rican women and Latino women, they get to calling you niggas and hoe ass bitches and beating on you niggas. Then you gotta protect yourself. Now you're a fucking abuser because you had this bitch putting her hands on you because she thought it was okay to beat on you. You got a white lady saying that she loves you. She calls you a nigga. She degrades you because that's what the fuck her ancestors inside of her tell her to do to you. But because black women make y'all stand to a higher point, you are a higher point. You should not be that king. You got to be doing it better. She said, yup, this happened to my cousin years ago. He came unalive too. Family still don't know that what really happened. Black man, nigga, you are supposed to be just as amazing, smart, funny, kind, and caring as I am. We are supposed to be the superiors. We are supposed to dominate this shit together, bitch. Not just me by myself while you be a lazy ass bitch. Because really, there's a correlation between black men and white women where y'all really go hand in hand together. That's another story for another day. That's another story for another day. But
Y'all literally are supposed to be our equals. You are supposed to be just as smart, just as strong, just as everything that we are.
Period.
You are supposed to stand on standards and values just like we do. And just because we're not going to sit back and serve you blindly while you lead us to fucking hell and play in our fucking faces.
Play in our fucking faces, to reiterate what she said, because that's what a lot of them want to do. And mind you, they'll go like airhead these bitches up. I told you a bitch that used to live down the street from me, the nigga told her that I was jealous of her. I ain't never been jealous of a bitch before in my life. Mind you, the girl told him, well, why would she be jealous of me? Shit, I'm jealous of her. I told her I ain't never fucking said no shit like that before in my life. I don't give a fuck what generation you come from. It don't make sense. But for some reason, they try to create this invisible, what is it, confrontation or what's the word, when competition between the women that don't exist. Because what the fuck do you think I am?
Every day, because you have the free will to do what you want, but I can't have the free will to do what I want because I'm supposed to bow down and serve you. You can suck my ass. You niggas are fucking delusional. You're just as delusional as white bitches. You're just as delusional, and again, that's why y'all go hand in hand like that. What the fuck are we?
I done seen niggas that got kids by black women try to degrade black women, not realizing that they got kids that are black. How you think your kids gonna feel while you out here degrading black people and black women, but you got daughters and you out here actively acting like all races is better than your own until something happens and they come for your ass, and now you need the community's help because
talking about right now, where you dumbass niggas get on a fucking podcast and say verbatim that black women are the best of everything, but our mouths are bad. The man goes on to say the reasons he thinks black women's mouths are so bad are because women won't just be. Women won't just hush and let you lead and go with what you say. Women feel like they have to have a say and do. And yes, we fucking do, bitch, because this isn't just your life. If you are the leader, you have to think for all of us, not just what benefits you, you stupid, dumb fucks. And y'all can't lead yourselves properly at all times. Women have to operate at a certain frequency at all times. Do you know this raggedy ass nigga had the audacity to say that black men go outside and fight a war every day and they don't want to come home and fight a war with something that's short with bushy eyebrows? Bitch, you just insulted the same black women that you just said were better and more beautiful than everybody else.
And then you know what else? And men fail to realize that your woman having no discernment equals you having no discernment. A woman that has discernment will make sure that your ass is protected. By the time you hit that door, they're gonna be telling you, babe, watch out for da 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 da. But a lot of men end up with women that don't have no discernment. They don't fucking care about you. They care about what you're gonna do for them, what you can give them, how you're gonna treat them. Mind you, they don't give a fuck about you, how they treating you. Lack of discernment equals your ass is grass.
Fucking loser. Besides the point, do you think women go outside and there's not a fight against us? Currently, there is a fight against our reproductive organs. Our bodies are on fucking tow right now. You niggas don't think we're fighting a war? We die during childbirth because we are uncared for in the healthcare systems. Y'all don't go see a doctor enough, so y'all don't gotta worry about healthcare. You stupid fucks. But for us bitches that have coochies and have to go see a bitch all the time about it because that bitch she does what she wants to do. We are uncared for there. We're uncared for by y'all. White women hate us and think that we're in some imaginary competition because of you motherfuckers.
Yep.
These bitches can't compete with us, but they think they can because of you. We got to deal with hatred from other bitches because we're just us. We have to deal with going to work and having to work 12 times harder to prove that we're 10 times smarter than everybody in the fucking room and still don't get the respect that we fucking deserve. How dare you sit up here and talk about a war you gotta fight like you're the only motherfucking soldier in the war, bitch? Yes, there is a war on men, but the war on y'all does not stop the the war that's on us, and I'll still do you one fucking better. Y'all aren't fighting for our reproductive rights. Y'all aren't helping us in our war, but I've seen more women standing in front of police officers behind your black ass bodies.
And ain't never lied. And then women will say, all the women are basically equally all saying that we don't get defended. We don't get, like, I watched the whole video. A man was following a woman. A man was beating up another lady. Mind you, nobody said nothing. People be recording. Nobody actively steps in. They'll just be thinking, like, a black woman, you got to be able to handle it for yourself. I told y'all, even when I was out over the road in trucking, like, more white men, Spanish men, and other men helped me with, stuff that I was doing, and I didn't even actively need help. But the black men will come and try to talk to me in my face and watch me do whatever it is I was doing. But you're trying to talk to me. I'm never going to talk to you, because to me it's almost like y'all think that, or whoever it is, think that allowed them to struggle. Like, I don't need to take nothing off her plate. I shouldn't help her in this way. I shouldn't do this, that, and third. But y'all will help another whole nother culture before you actively step up to help. And it might be vice versa in their cultures. I don't know. I don't know. I can only speak for me. But I've noticed that they'll be like, oh, well, they got it. It just could be the little bit of effort that it would take that would actually help, actively help. But y'all don't do that. Y'all think that another culture is a damsel in distress before you go try to help a strong black woman, not realizing we're strong because we have to be, not because we want it to be. Who else was going to do it? Of course, we would love for somebody to be able to help. But if you help, is something going to get taken? Am I going to get hurt by allowing somebody to help? Like, that's how we have to think about it all the time. If I allow a person to even do something, what do I got to? Because men will say it. Like, if you do something, it has to be something in return. But mind you, you'll go do something for the next bitch of a different color or a different race. Like, I'm literally actively, I can show you relationships with people which, and actively, they don't really even get it or see it. But they'll try to give the next race something that you should have gave this bitch that been holding you down for 9,000 fucking years. This bitch actively was doing this, but yet you literally is now in 3, 4, fucking 5 days giving a bitch that you ain't even give your baby mamas. Like, that be that weird shit.
How the fuck dare y'all sit on a fucking podcast and say that ignorant ass shit that you got a war you fighting outside to make it home to her safely, and this bitch, you get in the door and this bitch want to argue and this bitch want to create a war. Bitch, y'all create a war for us because we go outside and fight a war ourselves and then gotta come home and expect to be a slut ass hoe, a praising ass, God-fearing fucking bitch, a mother, and a fucking therapist for y'all. But when we start talking about the things that are bothering us inside of our war, we're emotional as fuck and we're dramatic and y'all don't want to fucking hear it. Y'all don't got time for us. How dare y'all? It is fucking sane to me. Fucking sane. Sane. It is sane, not insane. It's sane to me that you motherfuckers have the audacity to feel like y'all are the only motherfuckers fighting the war. That we got niggas out here trying to kill us because you stupid motherfuckers would rather pick up a gun than pick up a book, bitch. You bitches would rather pick up a gun and go outside and try to sell dope on another nigga's turf, trying to be big fucking kahuna instead of going into.
And it don't matter how old you are. Like, literally, even you would think that when the older they get, that it don't matter. Same behavior, same bullshit. Like, she's not lying.
Taking your dumb ass to trade school, learning how to put in motherfucking air conditioning vents and fix heat for people that are gonna need it later on 20 years from now. Because you might not make it 20 years beating down a block, bitch. You chose that. You got niggas out here ready to kill you for that. That's your choice. You made that decision, nigga. That's not my fault. But I'm here to listen to it. But do you want to hear about how I went to work and I'm getting sexually harassed by niggas who don't think I'm as smart as them, who hate that I work harder than them, who literally make me uncomfortable in my workplace, and if I go complaining, my job's on the line. Are you gonna listen to that? Are you gonna hear me and back me up? No. I didn't fucking think so. Y'all got so much fucking audacity. Men have nothing. Black men have nothing to offer bitches half the time. And it's not all, but it's the fucking majority of you. How dare you say that? Women go through so much on a daily basis, and then we have to fight you braggedy bitches to love us and quit going outside of us to find love. Just come here and
she ain't never lied. Damn, she didn't kick me out. They said live visibility restricted for 10 minutes. Your live is not eligible for recommendation and restriction in search results for 10 minutes because live does not comply with the For You feed eligibility under our community guidelines, reason harassment and bullying.
I ain't said nothing. That you can lead, but I will have a say in this as well. This is not just your life, baby. This is our life. And I have a say in what goes on in my life. I have a say in how we operate. You can make the final decision if you're a good enough man to do that. And not a lot of you are. The man that y'all are describing isn't even the man who is fucking speaking. The man speaking.
Didn't I say that? Like, people be thinking that they something that they're not. Like, I don't know why. And then a lot of them think that just because they have a couple dollars, like all of a sudden that creates a high value man or this. Wrong. Wrong.
Isn't even the quality man that he is talking about. He is living in a delusion that he is this man, and he has nothing to show for it. The idea man that deserves this woman that y'all keep playing is not you niggas. Y'all don't even want to go to therapy to address how shitty your motherfucking mama was, to admit that that bitch fucked your fucking life up and fucked your head up, and you have daddy issues that are undiagnosed, and you have ADHD, ADD, and some of y'all are fucking bipolar and schizophrenic as men, and y'all don't want to go get help for any of that. None of it. You don't want it. You can't be the man that you're describing that deserves the bitch you're describing, and none of y'all are doing any work. What the fuck is going on?
Period. Sometimes when somebody realizes that they're not the one in the heart and truly is anchored, they're the one that their heart is truly not anchored to, they start pulling back, protecting themselves from a love that feels one-sided or temporary. And here's the part people don't always want to hear: knowing someone belongs somewhere else doesn't automatically mean they leave gracefully. Humans, attachment, pride, hope, and fear can all keep people in situations longer than they should be. Yep. But underneath all of it, to the core is underneath all of it, the core truth is simple. A connection can feel strong, even magnetic, and still not be the place someone ultimately stays. And when someone's heart is divided, no third person can fully fix that. It usually just exposes the imbalance more clearly over time. In a healthy love, no one has to compete in in an invisible bond. No one has to guess where they stand, and no one has to feel like they're temporarily filling a space meant for someone else. That's usually where clarity eventually becomes unavoidable for everyone involved. So then, knowing that even if you're the person, right? You're the person who is in the relationship with the person, or if you're the person that is taking the time to be to yourself, if you're the person that has took the time off to heal, if you're the person that is, out trying to grow, someone that's going to love you in a truly stable, real way is going to eventually show up. Love that keeps getting interfered with is already showing you something important. So just know that this is also the thing. Because again, I told y'all every time in my channel, it kept being people saying, is this person gonna come back or is this gonna happen? So it's almost like they were holding space for a person. And this is where one actively somebody, when the right thing's on the way, so is all the wrong things, right? But something that you should already see for yourself in a love or in a relationship that's always being tampered with. That if someone allows outside voices, situations, people, or constantly people to constantly come between you, that's not a sign of a stronger fate. It's a sign of lack of protection and priority in a connection. You heard what she just said. That's always a thing. Like, it's I want to give somebody outside of, a race, a collective, a situation, something different than I'm going to give, to something that should have been given to it. Like when they say watering your own grass is a thing. Like, people always looking outside of that, but if they had to water their own grass that same exact way, It'll be a nigga that be a Jehovah Witness, right? And they'll be saying, "Oh, I don't celebrate holidays, this, that, and the third. You done had a family for 9,000 years, weeks and months and days. Then all of a sudden, you break up with your family, and now you're not a Jehovah Witness no more. Now you're out here celebrating holidays and everything else. When your family wanted to celebrate holidays, but you didn't want to give that to them, but you give it to, a 12-year-old that shows up. Take it how it resonates. Um, and a lot of people do that. I was listening to one of the things, and the reason why I'm saying that is because this lady's on TikTok, and she said that her son kept texting her in the middle of the night, right? And she said she was trying to figure out why her son was texting her. And she said that he was telling her, "Mom, Dad has a new girlfriend." And she said, it's like any other time, like, it don't matter. Dad done had a new girlfriend before, right? And the kid is saying, "No, this is different." Because even the kid was in a panic, right? And she's like, "Well, what the hell is wrong?" Like, she said she was tired, she was trying to go to sleep, and she didn't understand why the child is now texting her in a frantic panic, right? The child now proceeds to say that this one is 18 years old and a senior in high school. The dad is fucking 39 years old. And she said at this point, she didn't know what to say because she didn't want to bash the dad, but she's also saying that's predatory, nigga. And the fact that the child is like, in a panic, is clearly bothering the child. But the dad, because these niggas just be out here doing whatever the fuck they feel like doing. But what possessed you in your mind to think that you, as a 39-year-old, should be dating an 18-year-old? But even what she said was, he's grown, he can do whatever he want to do. But it starts to make people think. Like, I don't give a damn what nobody say. Now you making me think about you, like in a whole nother way, because it is not making sense. Like, what the fuck do y'all got in common except for both of y'all childish? I don't know. Either way, that's the reason why I said that. So, if it's shady as fuck. That's all I'm gonna say. Real love doesn't stay fragile like that. It doesn't keep you in confusion, waiting, or competing with interference. It creates clarity, not chaos. So you just know that you'll always find somebody else. Don't ever let nobody, because people will say that you'll never find nobody else, and because you're this, they'll be trying to down talk you. That's a lie. It's bitches out here that just like, it's somebody for everybody. Mind you, I done seen people like, and I be thinking, how the fuck did they end up together? But they together. So just know that your changes, and take the time that you need to evolve. Don't let nobody rush you into anything or telling you that, oh, this taking you too much time, or this, that, and third. Whatever you need is whatever you need. And when you're done with that is when you're done with that. And so if whatever situation, whatever connection, whatever, like, when you're ready is when you're ready. Anybody that ain't ready ain't there for you, and it ain't that. And anybody that thinks that you not, then don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Because people will try to hold you up for their shit. So that will happen when you stop accepting inconsistent access to your heart. Stop allowing people access to your heart that don't need it, don't deserve it. I told you, love is an action word. Actions speak louder than words. People will try to convince you that they love you by telling you, but meanwhile, their actions don't show you that. My daughter is 22, and I would never date anyone near her age. I mean, and this is the thing. The funny part is though, my dad dates a girl that is a month older than me. She's married, not date. He's married to her. They've been married over 20 something years. And mind you, like I said, in my mind, even seeing him as he was, like, he's better now than he ever was with my mom. He was married to my mom twice. He was married to my sister mom once, but I think she gives him the freedom. But all in all, you know, she don't seem. I don't know, because I can't even say that she don't seem like my age, but I don't know. It's just I always been used to dating older too, so but this is our society, and this is how they try to play it out. But also, I noticed that, like, my dad still goes to the VFW and things of that nature. He's not trying to stop her from having. She don't go out like me and all this other stuff, but so, like, she's older. But also, I noticed that when I started dating older dudes, they try to make you older faster than you should be. So you have to be mindful and watch that, because it's like, I don't know. It just depends. Either way, that's him, and God gonna deal with him if he not, and then if he not supposed to be doing that. But all in all, they love each other and they've been married for a very long time. So there's that. Um, but she only a month older than me, just so y'all know. My birthday February, her birthday January. January 30th, my birthday February 19th. Okay. 31st. So yeah, she the 31st, I'm the 19th. Anyway, so when you stop waiting for someone who keeps choosing distractions over protection, when you start valuing peace as much as chemistry, when you release the idea that this one person is the only possible love, because there's more, and you may want, something different, or but maybe you haven't even given some other people a try. You know what I mean? Because in my mind, it's like, um, to me, for a long time, I would only think that I would date a black man, like, my black, not African black, not Mexican black, not Asian black, just black. You see what I'm saying? But now when you finding your people, and I know more about my people, it opened up the door and boundaries to other people. You see what I'm saying? Because they still my people. Anyway, so there's that. And the nigga might be all the way over in China, or he might be all the way in Ethiopia, or he might be, somewhere else. Either way, God let him find me. You see what I'm saying? And I'm open. Okay, because when you're emotionally tied to someone else who is not fully choosing you, it can feel like nobody else compares. Not because no one else exists, but because your heart is still partially occupied. Is your heart occupied? And on top of that, like, you can love somebody and not be with them, just so y'all know. Like, that's the thing too. And you can love somebody and they not treat you right, and you can, they treat you wrong, and then you start realizing like they didn't really love you, and this, that, and the third. So it could be just the conditioning, because we trying to break out of the conditioning. The truth of the truth a lot of people learn later is the right love doesn't require you to fight for space in someone else's life. And naturally has space for you. I told you, actions speak louder than words, and people be wanting you to do a bunch of shit that they not going to be willing to do. Then they'll try to convince you that, oh, well, you're wrong if you go do da 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 da. Bitch, what you wanted me to wait 9,000 years? Or what you wanted me to until you got your shit together, or until, whatever it is, because people be right with people trying to get their shit together. And mind you, you need to be somewhere else. Like, I'm not doing it. And so people will hold you up for a lifetime and be doing all the shit that they want you to do, and they want to do, and be making you think that you're going to be wrong if you do, anything outside of them. Like, get somebody else to do it. Like, they wouldn't do that. It's like jail. Okay? So man goes to jail and they expect for a woman to wait for them. If a woman goes to jail, he gonna be fucking another bitch that night. I promise you. Okay. So even when they be saying they not, they is. All right. So it's that. Would they wait for you if you went to jail? And a lot of y'all know they wouldn't. They're gonna be answering the phone while they on the phone. Okay. So just know that, because I done did that too. Answer the phone, bitch. What you need? How can I help you? Yep, I love you too. That's what I'm trying to tell you. People be acting like we not new here. We grew here. And growing up and learning things that's right, wrong, and we may have done a lot of things that could not be right, and a lot of things that could be wrong, but we gonna tell the truth. And God already know that I did it. You see what I'm saying? So I could have gotten karma for a lot of the things that I did, but mind you, niggas did shit to me, and my journey may have been to walk away and not take them back shots while answering the phone for them. But guess what I did, bitch? The same way you treated me is the same way I'm gonna treat you. What you need? You know what I'm saying? And again, I could be having my own karma for that. I feel like I'm past it. God may not. I don't know. Either way, I had to take it the same way somebody else had to take it. But I ain't gonna sit in front of y'all and lie and act as if, you know, niggas could play with somebody else. Okay. Anyway, Not because no one else exists, but because your heart is still partially occupied. The truth, a lot of people learn later, is the right love doesn't require you to fight for space in someone else's life. It naturally has space for you, period. And interference only has power when it's allowed to be stronger than boundaries. If someone truly values you, they don't keep leaving room for confusion to enter. And that right there is the key fact that it matters. Like, even when I be saying whoever trying to play with me online, this, that, and the third, like, and I don't need it, I don't want it, because confusion is not what God ain't gonna send me confusion. The man that want to talk to me, or the person that is interested in me, is gonna talk to me like they got some sense. Not behind no fake profiles, not behind this nigga profile, not behind this bitch profile, not behind none of that. So even if a person accidentally runs across me online and they decide that, oh, I want to talk to her, da 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 da, they ain't gonna be fake about it. They're gonna say, bitch, I like you. Do you like me? Yes or no? Check the box. Same shit you used to do when you was 5 in school. Do you love me? Yes or no? And then it goes from there, but not a bunch of hiding and manipulation and a bunch of weird shit. Like, that's strange to me. I don't know what's up with the new generation or the old generation or whoever's doing that. I don't know. I like, even the niggas that said on podcasts, like, and they talking and telling you about what, like, I don't like nobody that lie. And if you ain't never been through no experiences and you can't tell the truth that you was over there, bending a bitch over from the back, talking to your bitch while you was on the phone, and that bitch that you was hitting knew that you had a bitch, and y'all both was still in the wrong or doing what you was doing, because they didn't want to keep, they was trying to make sure they kept the house right and this, that, and the third, or whatever. Like, I don't want to hear you, because it'd be a lot of lies happening. And, are you grown past that? Or are you still in that? Mind you, like I said, I was listening to Joe Budden, and I really didn't like him until the other day, for real, because he started telling the truth about a whole bunch of shit. And I said, well, let me take that back. Joe Budden might not be that bad. Because Joe Budden was over there giving up all the tapes. Side bitches, da 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 da, this, that, and the third. He said it takes a while to find a quality side bitch. Joe, I can respect that. Because bitches don't be knowing their place. Do with that information what you will. But he got a like from me that day, because he ain't lying. It does take some time to find a quality nigga, let alone a side nigga. And most people would say, well, if you got a side nigga, why do you need, da 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 da? Now, in real life, because I ain't there, but in real life, sometimes, side niggas exist. Cause the other niggas either don't have something that the side nigga be having, or this nigga is about to not be my nigga, because that's normally what my case was. Never the fact that I just was having a side nigga. Normally my case was I was already on my way out the door. That's how they even got. And that's why I said I normally know the nigga that I'm already get ready to be with before this other nigga's out the door. This time I didn't do that though. This time I learned myself. Like, let me figure out what the hell I got going on and what do I like, and this, that, and the third. So there was no, side nigga, the nigga that's on the way out. But normally, when I'm already on my way out, because the nigga done everything, and don't be outside cheating, just so y'all know, because I don't do that. I don't like that. But when you done already done what you was getting ready to do, and I done already said, okay, it's about to be done and over with, bitch, I'll be having the nigga that's getting ready to be your replacement already lined up. And so he be the side nigga for a couple minutes, because I need to know if he really gonna be a good nigga to have. But then also just be mindful, because I'll be knowing what they be doing. Because if I was the side bitch with you and you was the side nigga with me, then I know that when we get together, there could be potentially some, the same way you get them is the same way you lose them. We be knowing that. But then people be acting like, oh, well, this was going to be my full nigga. No, we had the potential. And it could be 10 years later on down the road. But we do know what this nigga got in him. So unless this nigga just get tired of out here fucking bitches, I could be at risk, for a nigga having another bitch. But this is the cycle. The cycle continues. And I decided to break the cycle, because I wasn't even on that. Not to say that if I hadn't stayed married long enough, I could have, eventually maybe thought about it being on it, if this nigga had done enough shit to make me decide that, so All I'm gonna say is I took my time, my 5 years, and I figured out about me. And in those 5 years, I'm figuring out that it's a lot of things that I dealt with in relationships that I won't be doing again. It's a lot of shit that if I see it and I say something about it, yeah, I ain't fucking around. I'm not doing that. But also, it's some new shit that could potentially be done because I'm a whole different, person as of now because I took the time to figure out what I like, what I don't like, and what I'm gonna put up with and what I ain't gonna put up with. Mind you, just so y'all know, even in the process, not one time have I ever broken up with somebody or left somebody for cheating. And maybe I should start doing that. If it ain't in your contract and that ain't what you said you was gonna do, bitch, you're getting left. Stop waiting around. So there maybe are some things that I have now learned that I have tolerated that I should just leave a nigga for anyway, because fuck you. But who want to keep jumping around in this relationship, this relationship, this relationship, this relationship, and everything else either? So, conversation being two souls. I don't know why that's doing that, but okay. Two souls, two worlds, one love. Can it last? Will I stop staying where I'm not fully chosen? Will you stop staying where you're not fully chosen? Because should you do that? And what does that mean when you're not fully chosen? Are you doing the choosing? Because that could be a thing too. I mean, there's that. There comes a point where you have to be honest with yourself, not just about how you feel, but about how you're being treated. You stop accepting inconsistent access to your heart when you realize love should not feel like waiting for someone to decide how much space you deserve. You are not meant to be an option someone returns to when they're convenient or when you're convenient. You stop waiting for someone who keeps choosing distractions over protection. When you finally understand that attention is not the same as intention. Real love doesn't keep you in cycles of uncertainty. It protects that and it protects what it values. You start valuing peace as much as chemistry when you realize that intensity is not the same as stability. Just because someone feels strongly doesn't mean that it's right for your spirit. Peace is what your nervous system remembers as safe love. That's what they keep saying. Peace is what your nervous system remembers as safe love. And you release the idea that one person is your only possible love when you begin to understand that attachment is not destiny. You're not limited to one story, one chance, or one version of love. What is meant for you will not require confusion, competition, or waiting in the dark. It will meet you clearly. It will choose you clearly. And it will stay without you having to question your worth. Because why do you need to do that? Why do we have to feel that? Why is it that that's what people tend to think that? And then I think a lot of it is watching relationships with people. Like I remember even when I was younger growing up and looking at people's relationship, I like the people watch, y'all. Even still to this day, but I remember growing up looking at people's relationships and I used to think like I'm never going to be in a relationship with nobody that does that to me. Like I told you, I seen a lot of fights and shit growing up and I was thinking like I never thought that if he beat on me that he loved me. I never thought that, thank God. I always thought that if he ever puts his hands on me, I'm gonna teach him not to fucking put his hands on bitches ever again. That may not be a good, thought either, but a lot of niggas be thinking that they could put their hands on people. But in my mind, I was always thinking, I'm gonna be the bitch that stops him from doing that. Do with that information what you will. Two souls, two worlds, one love. Can it last? Will I stop staying where I'm not fully chosen? Sometimes two hearts connect in a way that feels undeniable. The bond is real, the emotions are real, but real love is not only about connection, it's about consistency, choice, and alignment. Because divine timing, divine alignment. Not just, oh, I like you because you cute. Not, oh, because we have good sex. Not, oh, because you buy me stuff. Not, oh, because, whatever reasons y'all could have. Two people can deeply care and still struggle to meet each other in the same season of life. One may be ready to build while the other is still figuring things out. One may be present while the other is still attached to distractions, confusion, unfinished cycles. And in that space, love can start to feel like waiting instead of living. But the question becomes deeply personal. Will I keep staying where I'm not fully chosen? Because love that is right for you does not leave you guessing. And a lot of people be thinking, like I said, every time you turn around, will this person come back? Will this person do this? Will this person? It's always will this person. And I'm always wondering, why do y'all care about them people so much? And why did you not take the time to fully even get to understand your person, you as a person? Wholeness is about, you and your connection to, God, divine, you and yourself, really fully understanding what was the lesson. What was the lesson in all the things? And sometimes we stayed around or we waited on people entirely too long. And it could just be the lesson that we was taught, in the family, or just whatever we are used to. And sometimes the thing that we need to get used to is the thing that we haven't been used to. And that may be hard because sometimes we don't even know what that is. Because love that is right for you does not leave you guessing. It does not make you compete for attention or question your place. It does not require you to lower your needs just to keep a connection alive. You begin to grow when you realize chemistry is not enough for clarity, when clarity is missing. Feeling deeply is not enough of consistency and absent. Feeling deeply is not enough of consistency and absent. So love should not only be felt, it should be shown. And actions speak louder than words. So people will always tell you that I love you, I love you, I love you. Meanwhile, their actions and their attitude don't say that. And it's reminding me of the lady that said, she was with this man for over 10 years. They got kids together, this, then, a third. And she said every time his birthday comes around, she basically goes all out for him and his birthday. And then and holidays. And that was the other thing. And then she said, but he doesn't do for her at all. And he had 9,000 excuses, but none of them made any sense. It was more like a person over giving. And like I said, when she said it, it was like, to me, I said, why are you telling us? Like, why are you on social media telling us when meanwhile back at band camp, um, you even saying it should have you on high alert to know like he don't want to. And it's not that he can't, it's just the fact that he's used to giving her the bare minimum. Because in her story, it sounds like he's used to doing shit for other people. But and I done seen a couple different scenarios. Like one girl, she did content. She does content and she did, like the shops and she sells stuff. So she made a whole lot of money, right? And so she took $100,000 of money that she made because she said she wants her kids to be trust fund babies. Black girl, right? She wants her kids to be trust fund babies. And so she said they can't be trust fund babies because of the fact that her daddy owed child support to other bitches. So she took $100,000 of her money in cash and gave him and paid his child support off. And this nigga cussed her the fuck out. She paid his child support for his birthday. He cussed her ass the fuck out. He said, you always doing some shit, you always in some business, and why the fuck would you not have given the money to me? And in my mind, in that moment, she needed to break up with him and leave him. Like, the fact that you took $100,000 of your money, giving him a blessing for his birthday, also taking care of kids that is not hers, and the only thing that he thought was selfish of him to give him $100,000. One, it wouldn't have been $100,000 when he got done. He probably was gonna go buy some sneakers, spend some money on some different bitches. He wouldn't have paid the child support, and then the legacy and life that she's trying to build, he don't understand it. So that was her cue to know that leave him alone. But I don't think she did. I don't know if she did. He was mad that money went to the baby mamas. Yeah, meanwhile they got his kids. But he don't understand. It's like the thing where you may have a vision of the way life should be or life is going to be for you. Because again, she has more a higher thought, a respect for her, a higher regard for her life and her kids' life. She says she wants her kids to be trust fund babies. Not too many bitches in life is going to take $100,000 of their money and pay your child support. He didn't look at that as a blessing. He didn't look at that as a level up. He didn't like, he was mad. And so that's one of them things. You have to be mindful of your timeline. Like if your timeline is doing this, her trajectory is too far above this man because he didn't see it. He literally down talked her, and everything that she did as, good, it didn't register to him. And so that right there to me said she should leave him. Like, don't go no further with this person. Cut your losses, and figure out how to excuse yourself and create your own life. Because she could have took her $100,000 and put it towards her house, some land, or put it in her kids' trust fund. She literally actively tried to love on this man in a way that he's never going to appreciate her for. That was strange to me. And I guess you don't know until, well, to me, there had to be something else, that red flags, that before she spent her $100,000, she should have figured it out. So I'm sure there's something else that happened. But to me, like, fuck the $100,000, you did that, and ain't she got that on her, not on her belt, and not too many bitches gonna do that. But I wouldn't do anything else. Like, that would be the end. Mind you, even marrying a nigga like that is gonna fuck her up because of the fact that it just ain't gonna work. Whatever he goes out and do, he'll go make more kids out on her, and she'll have to be taken care of him, and her money's gonna be accounted for his because of dumbass mistakes that he does. It's like what that lady was just talking about. So, and then she would have nobody to blame but herself. So if it happens again and anything happens after that, it's gonna be her fault, because he gave you all the information you needed to know about him and for him when he cussed you out when you paid that money. Most niggas would have been appreciative, like, oh shit, I'm off child. Like, how the fuck did you get $100,000 behind in child support anyway? Like, what the fuck? How many kids do you got? That's a lot. And then you had the audacity. The girl just said that these niggas ain't got nothing but for women but audacity. You got the audacity to fucking cuss me out, talking about I'm being in your business and I could have gave that to you. Like, clearly you ain't gonna pay it. So he don't understand her vision. They don't have the same vision. Um, You begin to grow when you realize chemistry is not enough. If clarity is missing, feeling deeply is not enough. If consistency is absent, love should not only be felt; it should be shown. And sometimes the hardest part is accepting that even if the love is real, the timing or alignment may not be. So, but you're allowed to choose for yourself. You're allowed to stop waiting in spaces where you're not fully chosen. You're allowed to believe that love should feel like peace and not confusion, because what is meant for you will not require you to shrink, chase, or question your worth. It will truly, fully choose you. So I choose love that is true. I choose love that chooses me fully and consistently. I no longer stay where I'm not fully chosen. I value clarity over confusion in all relationships. I just feel like my nose is so stopped up. Like, I don't get it. It's allergies issues though. I release the need to chase what I release the need to chase what is not aligned with me. I deserve love that is present, not distant. I trust that love is real. Love that is real will not leave me guessing. I am no longer available for almost love or uncertainty. I honor my peace more than my attention. My attachments. I honor my peace more than my attachments. I am open to love that is mutual, stable, and real. I trust divine timing over emotional confusion. So, divine source, love and light, love and truth. I come before you seeking clarity in my heart and peace in my spirit. Help me release anything that keeps me in confusion, uncertainty, or emotional imbalance. Teach me to recognize that what is real. Um, Teach me to recognize what is real and give me strength to walk away from what is not aligned with my highest good. If I'm holding on to someone that is not fully meant for me, gently guide my heart towards acceptance and release. Remove the fear that keeps me attached to what does not choose me fully. Replace longing with clarity. Replace confusion with peace. Replace waiting with trust. Help me understand that true love does not require me to question my worth or compete for attention. Guide me towards relationships that are stable, mutual, and chosen freely by both hearts. And most of all, remind me that I am worthy of love that is whole, not divided. I mean, so I am open to love that is real, mutual, and aligned with my spirit. I am ready to love and be loved in a healthy, balanced way. I attract connections that are designed for my highest good. I only hold space for what is truly aligned with me. I release anything that is not meant for me, meant to grow with me. I welcome love that is steady, intentional, and clear. I do not chase love. I allow love to choose me fully. My heart is open, but my boundaries are strong. I trust divine timing in all matters of love. What is for me will find me without confusion or struggle. So God, I come to you with an open heart and a willing spirit. I am ready to love and ready to receive love in a way that is healthy, balanced, and true. I ask you to guide I ask you to guide the right connection into my life. The love that was designed for me, aligned with my purpose and steady in my presence. Remove anything that is not meant for me, even if my emotions try to hold on. Teach me to only hold space for what is aligned. Help me to release attachment, confusion, and anything that does not reflect peace, clarity, and mutual love. Prepare my heart to recognize what is real. Strengthen me so that I do not settle for uncertainty or inconsistency. Remind me that true love will not require chasing or questioning my worth. I trust you with my heart, my timing, and my future in love. I mean, so here we are. Zodiac signs. All right. She said, right, they have different morals for sure. And period. Aries. All right, Aries is first. Aries, you do not need to rush what is meant for you. Your impulse is to act, fix, or chase, but not everything responds to force. If it's real, it won't require pressure. Slow down enough to recognize who is actually meeting you halfway instead of just reacting to your energy. All right, so then we got Taurus. Taurus. Oh, I don't know what to tell them. You stay too long in what feels familiar, even when it no longer feels good. Stability is important, but not at the cost of your emotional peace. Ask yourself, is this still nourishing me, or am I just attached to what I invested? All right, Gemini, we got your mind sees all possibilities, but your heart needs consistency, not confusion. Stop romanticizing potential and start paying attention to patterns. If someone keeps you guessing, that is the answer. We have Cancer. You love deeply, sometimes to your own detriment. You can heal somebody by staying in cycles. You can't heal someone by staying in cycles that drain you. Emotional loyalty is beautiful, but not when it costs you your self worth. Protect your heart like it protects others. So Cancer, I'm gonna read yours again. Cancer, and for some reason, the fact that I'm doing that is double time. So know that. Cancer, you love deeply, sometimes to your own detriment. You can't heal someone by staying in cycles that drain you. Emotional loyalty is beautiful, but not when it costs you your. Okay, so basically, it's like you're hard headed and you're being told twice. So that's what it is. But not when it costs your self worth. Protect your heart like it protects others. So you may have already been told that one time, and so you're being told it again. So it could also be a confirmation. All right. So take it how it resonates. Um, Leo, you deserve love that doesn't make you question your value. Stop dimming yourself or performing for attention that should already be given freely. Real love doesn't make you compete, it celebrates you. Virgo, Loren said, for real. Virgo, you try to fix what isn't aligned, but not everything is a project. Some situations require acceptance, not analysis. You don't need to earn love through effort, it should meet you naturally. Libra, you avoid imbalance so much that you sometimes stay in it too long. Stop choosing peace over the truth. Real harmony requires honesty, even when it disrupts your comfort. He said balance, period. Scorpio, you okay, so Libra, let me go back to you. But mind you, somebody maybe as could be an afterthought. So somebody that thinks of you after the fact. And then let me get back to you. Mind you, we just told you stop doing that. So anyway, Libra, You avoid imbalance so much that you sometimes stay in it too long. Stop choosing peace over truth. Real harmony requires honesty, even when it disrupts your comfort. All right? Don't let nobody have you as an afterthought. But it says you're choosing peace over truth, meaning you could be putting shit off that needs to be talked about. So do with that information what you will. Scorpio, you feel everything deeply, but intensity is not the same as stability. Just because something is powerful doesn't mean it's healthy. Learn to release what keeps you emotionally bound but not emotionally safe. Do with that information what you will. Um Sagittarius, you crave freedom, but sometimes you run from emotional depth when it gets real. Not every connection is meant to be temporary. Some require you to stay, not escape. Capricorn, you carry responsibility like love, but love is not something you must earn through effort or endurance. Let yourself receive, not just build. You don't always have to be the strong one. Mind you, this is funny, right? Because my son is a Capricorn, and last night, literally actively, I told him, enjoy life. And he looked at me and he started laughing because I think he knew what I meant. I know he knew what I meant, mind you, because I wasn't saying something in the process, but I was saying something in the process. But he laughed because he knew, like, enjoy life. So I like that because I literally just said that. Aquarius. You detach to protect yourself, but sometimes you detach before things even fully form. Let people show up before you mentally leave. Emotional presence matters just as much as independence. Pisces, little bit of fishies, last but not least, you absorb energy and romanticize potential. But not everyone you feel deeply for is aligned with you. Learn the difference between soul connection and emotional projection. Protect your softness with clarity. Period. Collective message. No matter your sign, the real lesson right now is stop staying where you're not fully chosen, fully seen, or fully respected. Love should not feel like confusion. It should feel like clarity, consistency, and peace, even through challenges. So you have to be mindful because, excuse me, I'm saying all that to say this. Somebody's here. Not here, but here. So showing up in y'all energy. So when the right thing is on the way, so is all the wrong things. If you're already with somebody, it's dealing with situations that has already been playing out for you. You already been, talking about it. So some people may be on their way out if you're in a relationship. But if you're not in a relationship, know that people are here, not here, but here. So it looks like relationship shit showing up. So if you open for a relationship, know that. If you're not open for a relationship, I ain't talking to you. But enjoy life. That's all I'm gonna say to everybody because people fail to realize like we overanalyze a lot of things probably is the reason why that's even being said. Um enjoy. Like don't take everything, as a shot at you is what I want to say. But mind you, just so you know, also actively people are listening. So whatever that means for you, know that people are listening, but when I mean listening, I mean actively listening. So you may not think that somebody's listening to you, but somebody's listening, meaning like recording listening, but not recording listening, actively listening. So it could be like a listening device or something of that nature, but somebody's listening. So they may just be hearing you. I don't know. Either way, enjoy life because if it's enough bullshit that's happening in life, it's enough stress that's happening in life. Relax a little. That's all I can tell you. Um, And for the young people, because I want to say it like this, like part of the thing, like be young. You know what I'm saying? Like take your time to be young. You don't have to grow up too fast. Even if you already grown, like I'm 50, right? But for my case, you don't have to grow up too fast. Like you ain't 70, you ain't 90, you ain't 100, you ain't, 1,000, even though, I'm old as fuck. Like 3,000, 4,000. You know what I'm saying? But do y'all get what I'm saying? That's the whole aspect of it. enjoy the moment, enjoy the times, enjoy whatever the new situation or the new scenarios are for you. Like, and everybody ain't the same. So give everybody grace. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because, grace right there, Abby. But the thing is, just because something happened in one aspect in one relationship, like somebody is around to actually love and cherish. Like they want to be able to do the things that maybe never happened for you in life and prove some people wrong. You know what I'm saying? Um Snaking, hi, welcome, thank you for being here. Gail, hi, welcome, thank you for being here. So just know that be open. That's all I keep hearing. Like be open. Be open to, the love. Be open to somebody treating you in a way that maybe, you may want to question because it said be get comfortable with being like something that makes you uncomfortable, or maybe you're comfortable where you shouldn't be comfortable, but be comfortable with things being different. I don't know, however that, resonates. But anyway, there you go. Do with that information what you will. I love y'all. Thank you for being here. Always go with God. If you wish to donate towards my channel, all the links are in my bio. My GoFundMe is there, and also my Cash App. Super chats, super stickers, super stars are definitely welcome. Um, like, comment, share, subscribe. Definitely helps my channel. And yeah, I love y'all and see y'all in the next one.